All right. What are we talking about? Let's talk about you first. Let's talk about you and what you just did this weekend and all that fun stuff because you look like you had the time of your life according to your story.
My story was very hyperactive. It was indeed a really good time. It, it was honestly a pretty normal Midbond experience, I would say.
Hmm.
So I guess Midbond is just the greatest place ever.
How
Shout out
far is Mid Pond
Midbond.
from you? I know you've
Five
told
and a
me.
half hours.
Oh, bitch.
That's
Um,
like the average commute to almost any track for me.
I think you've told me this once before, and I'm going to ask you every time because I'm always going to forget.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
barely remembered that you're 2 hours behind me. Like this time, I remembered. I didn't have to ask you again.
You're like, hey, actually, now that it's not midnight, uh,
Sorry, dude.
nah, it's all good. We're chilling. Yeah. Anyways, drifting this weekend was pretty good.
Hmm.
Went to a Friendsgiving event at Mid Pond.
Oh, sweet.
They had food. It was free. It was pretty good.
Can't
Shout
beat
out to
that.
Ken. Shout out to Philip. Shout out to everybody there.
Hmm.
It was a great time. Started the week off pretty much at a friend's shop because my car broke.
Hmm.
My starter destroyed itself because I lost a bolt.
Oh, that was
Anyways,
the issue?
yeah, one of the bolts backed out, was gone. Therefore,
Hmm.
the other one tried to follow suit, but the starter broke before it could. So it broke off like one of the ears, and the other one broke off after.
Hmm.
So therefore it wouldn't start the car. Replaced the starter. That was all good. Did some more maintenance stuff on the car. In between that, my prep was pretty short. It wasn't really a whole lot to do. Car usually works pretty good.
Did you have
Uh,
to remove the manifold to get to it, or do you have a bunch of shit removed?
no, I didn't have to do any of that. We just reached our hand up there next to the bell housing, took the bolts out, and yeah.
You're a better man than I am. Wait, that's on the. Isn't the starter on the engine side on the top
Uh,
though? Kind of like on the North
yeah,
Star
it
engine. Like
is.
it's if this is the trans plate, it's right here.
Oh no, not like that. It's kind
Oh.
of the oil pan sits like out
Hmm.
underneath it, and then
Hmm.
it sits like in a valley below where the intake manifold would be. So like engine sitting flat like this, starter sitting like right here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
You know, kind of. But yeah, you can still reach it because the bolts are like on the trans side.
Yeah, I've only seen the one that I've worked on, and that was the fuck was that? The E46 I bought.
Yeah.
When I pulled the motor out, I was just curious. I was like, "Oh, where's this at?" But it had that I don't know what the transmission's called. Not transmission.
SMG.
No, 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 no.
Uh,
No, it was the motor. It was some sort of eco shit.
oh, I
It
don't
was an
know.
inline six that was supposed to be like eco
Maybe like
friendly.
the M56 or something.
Sure.
That's probably what it is. I think so.
I don't
And
even
it's got like
remember.
the cast aluminum,
Valve cover?
or yeah,
Yep.
yeah, M56. That's what that is.
Okay. I never, yeah, never knew.
Yeah, you can use
Um,
the valve covers for like aftermarket applications because you can weld them.
that makes sense.
Yeah, they're pretty decent.
How many days was that event? Was that 2 days?
Yeah, it was a 2-day event.
You
Uh,
scumbag. How many tires did you go
Showed
through?
up on Friday. I didn't really go through that. Actually, I guess I only killed one set. I still
Oh.
have another set on my car right now. It's just like freshly scrubbed in.
Oh, okay.
Um, I was kind of pacing myself, trying to be responsible because there was multiple groups coming that I
Hmm.
wanted to drive with. I showed up with my friends and then was also meeting some other people there too.
Oh, okay.
And they took a little while to get there from coming from Atlanta because they went to Lanier Friday night for Friday night drifts and then came to Alabama on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I even had a friend from down here that went to Lanier too.
Oh,
The whole
okay.
plan was to do that and then go to Alabama as well, but couldn't really get that Friday off to hit Atlanta.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. But really, it
What
was a
tires
pretty
do you
good
run?
event, though.
What tires do you run that are lasting you 2 days?
They're not lasting me 2 days. I broke the damn car again on the first day.
Would you break?
I broke second gear.
No. So you
No
just
surprise.
skipped it, right? And you drove the rest of the weekend?
No, really, it wasn't. It's not worth trying to use third with a 346
Oh,
through
yep.
mid pond. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fair.
Yeah, too long.
Now,
Second is like kind of just perfect around that track, honestly, for almost everything.
are you gonna fix your? Well, obviously you're gonna fix your trans, but have you considered doing like a the X3 391 situation?
No, honestly, not worth it for me. It's honestly limited in different ways, and I feel like my gearing is kind of appropriate for what I want to do
That makes sense. That's fair.
and the kind of speed I like to carry around a course. I don't really want to go between like two and three constantly when I don't necessarily need to.
Okay.
If I can make two just work,
Hmm.
it's like I don't know. It's got enough power for all of what two has,
Hmm.
so I may as well just do that. Versus like getting into three and then just barely, doing the thing.
No, no, I get it. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Um, do you plan on doing anything else to the car besides maybe like a power adder of some sort? I know you're on
Um.
nitrous, but I know you were talking about potentially buying a what are those called? A boosty boy.
A turbo
Turbo.
kit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. I was just gonna leave you out to dry there, but
I
okay,
know. I can tell. Thanks, fucking
yeah.
dickhead.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, I mean, yeah, I've thought about that as well. I mean, I feel like everybody thinks about it. I'm honestly too lazy, and also
that's fair.
I like to drive more than I like to build stuff. So, um, who knows? Unless I get like a really good deal on something and I can try to knock it out pretty quickly, I
Hmm.
don't really see myself like putting the car down to do it.
You know, I keep telling myself that this is it. I'm done when this car's done for a while.
Yeah,
But I'm pretty sure something will come up, and I'll want to put it together,
yeah.
and I'll hate every second of it.
And like the problem is like I like the idea of it being like so like ready to go most of the time because it's just
Yeah.
stock configuration. Everything's like very very simple,
Yep.
but also too like you either want to like add stuff to it and maybe corrupt it a little bit or just change the whole platform and then keep it as simple in a different way, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I feel like they both kind of like have their own different challenges, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, do you want the reliability of like what you have right now? Like you have like simple fixes. Like, yes, did you blow a trans? Yeah, but that's just replacing a trans.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
exactly.
like looking for a boost leak that you didn't intend to look for,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
or yeah, that if you get a cheap turbo kit situation
hmm,
and something decides to break off and goes through your motor,
yeah,
now you're spending a lot more money.
fuck all
I
that.
hear you, but at the same time, I still want to build cool shit. So
Yeah, I know,
here
right? And it's like the issue, like the thing is, if I could like get something that was just like packaged, ready to go, and put it in, and it's super simple, that's really fine and dandy. But
what do you
otherwise,
what do you have on the other BMW? Because I know that BMW broke. What did it break? You broke something on it, so you just decided to buy another car. The motor, right?
oh, yeah, yeah. So that car was cheap, anyways. It was like $1,000 car.
Hmm.
It's a 323 25 swap, 1999 too. So super early. Um, for the most part, it was decent. It's just I put another engine in it, and the engine was kind of like not so mystery. I knew where it came from, and I knew that it ran. It's just it sat somewhere in between there and when I got it for quite a while.
Hmm.
And by the time I got it and put it in, it
Yeah.
was severely compromised. So it was a lot of time wasted prepping a supposedly good motor, and then having to do it on and gamble, and it doesn't work out. So I was like, I could just see this car right here. I know it runs, and I'll just do that.
Understandable and fair. I get that. Have you thought about doing a swap on that car, like at all?
I mean, yeah, recently, just the other day, like I was saying, we were at the shop doing prep and stuff like that. My friend was also prepping his car that he acquired
Mm-hmm.
like 3 days before we were starting to do prep on all the stuff. He went to Arkansas and bought this car, 240SX, with a LS1 256 combo. Um, and basically was like, hey, we need to re-ring this engine.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of blow by, and I was like, okay, cool. When are we gonna start? He's like, probably Monday. Monday goes by. Tuesday goes by. Wednesday goes by. Wednesday afternoon, he decides to start pulling the motor. So Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, we're up at the shop, spending most of the day rebuilding the motor and putting it back in and getting it running. Probably about like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much, then he still had to prep his entire trailer and everything. And then some other people came through to prep their cars, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just like a mad dash for everybody to get done pretty quickly. Um, but yeah,
If you were to swap it, what kind of swap would you go with?
a swap, probably something really cheap and simple, maybe like a LS one, maybe LS whatever, fucking 5.3,
Do you like
whatever
something
it
that
is.
fucking works?
Yeah, something that just does it, but have like stipulations. I have to make it look cool. So it can't really be a high rim, but I want like a box filter. You know what I'm saying? I like that look.
I
Like,
can see that. I like that look too. I don't hate it. I
yeah.
do
Not something
just.
super high, but like
I don't know even. I don't even know why I like the.
I don't understand it either. But I feel like
For
it just
my
works.
my taste, I've always liked the poke through the hood situation. So I've always just kind of like gravitated towards that. Like even like when I was going to freaking car shows as a kid, I always thought like anytime the hood was cut and something was poking through it, I was like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
Um,
Even like the high ram situation, I don't necessarily love on
mhm.
most cars. Um, but it looks all right, I guess, if you consider it differently. You know what I mean? Versus like some of the stock stuff people run, like the truck intakes, those look like fucking
Don't piss me
shit.
off with that. Don't.
They fucking look like shit.
I'm like, just buy the fucking intake. At least if it's one thing you're gonna do, at least buy like a car intake of some sort. Even if you have to run like adapter plates, like if you got the wrong intake,
Yeah.
like let's just say you bought an LS3 intake because they're much easier to get, and you buy like the 50. Well, they're probably like $100 now. $100 adapter plate
Yeah.
to run it, but then you actually get like a better throttle body situation, at least mounting situation.
The
So
truck intakes look like a growth.
they look like fucking ass. I
Like
hate
a
them.
skin like a skin disease.
Ugh. They look like a wart.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Yep,
Shout out
and
all the truck intake guys.
no, thank you. I
Keep it
said what I
growth, I
said.
guess.
I'm looking at something that I'm gonna try to convince you to do.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me find a couple more parts. And this is on the quote unquote more expensive side
Yeah. You guys gonna send
because
me the summer racing catalog?
no, 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 no. I'm saying this is like on the more expensive side because
Yeah.
right now this is something you would be doing like where you're buying the parts and just going to go pick them up, as opposed to you going to the wrecking yard and picking them off yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so hang on, let me get back in this shindig. Share my screen with you. Let me see. No, not that one. right here. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna go look at Chevy Trailblazers. Right? You see this thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
comes with an inline six dual overhead cam. Same situation. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, it is a 4.2 liter inline six cylinder, and it's basically this. It's basically the six-cylinder version of, remember the five-cylinder Colorados.
yeah,
It's the six-cylinder version of that motor. Okay, then we're gonna go
yeah.
look at Saturn Skies.
Big 4 2.
Okay, Saturn Skies have the same transmission as the Colorado, the AR5,
Yeah, AR5. Okay.
but it has the setback on it for the correct shifter situation.
Yeah,
Okay,
for a BMW.
yeah, carpart.com shows the motor from the. This is in my area, so I don't know what it's going to cost in your area. This is
Yeah.
just close to LA, right? They're roughly, let's call it 1,300 bucks for a motor. Here's one for 800. That's 118 miles away. I would rather just pay extra and get one down the street.
Yeah, for sure.
$1,000. Does that come with the ECU? No, probably not. Or the harness. That's what I'm saying. You can get the stuff cheaper at a pick and park, a pick and pull situation.
Hmm.
Transmission though, $500 all day.
Damn.
$600, $500
All over the place.
everywhere.
That's pretty crazy.
That is the swap I really want to do for something that you can keep, like, let's call it 2,500 on the realistic end,
Yeah.
and that's, you can do it cheaper if you go pick up your own parts, and then go get a. I think if you can get the front half of a drive shaft, and then just keep your back half,
It'd be
and
pretty
probably just,
good.
yeah,
The splines match up.
they might, they fucking might, because it is a
If
jet
not, just
rag.
get it welded on.
Yeah, but so it is a jet rag rear end that the Saturn Sky came with.
Yeah.
It's actually the same. The
Flange.
same. What?
Same flange.
It was the same as mine.
Same.
No, no, no. They're different. Wait, how do I turn this shit off? Oh, it stopped sharing, right?
Yeah, you did.
Uh, it's the same as the Cadillac, but they have the one, like, it has the Guibo setup.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had one with the Guibo and then one without, but you can interchange the Guibo situation too.
Interesting.
Hmm.
The Guibo flange still bolts up to the either
That's what I
drive
don't know.
shaft.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the exact
Wow.
specs, but that's some. The drive shaft is like the least of the worries in
Yeah,
any
because like you
swap.
can get one anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just found out there's a drive shaft shop like down the street from my house, and I was like, oh, perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, go get your cheaply made industrial drive shaft.
I'm actually gonna cut mine and weld it myself, and then I'm gonna be like, can you balance this? Thank you.
Hey, appreciate it.
I have to save money, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm on thin ice right now.
Yeah, I do.
Um, I was trying to get that done this weekend. Like, I was really trying to get the whole suspension, the rear suspension and rear end done. I mean, I got
Hmm.
the diff welded, I got that in the car, and then I did realize after I just put the rear subframe in with the diff itself, like the third member and the sway bar, and I put the sway bar in backwards.
That's
Hmm.
crazy.
So there's that.
May as well just take it out.
And no, not on this car. Have you seen that thing?
Is it a stock sway bar?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'll disconnect it just to see what it's like, but I'm
you could
not
just like
gonna.
you could just make one, like one of those blade style ones.
This costs money, man. You know what I did look at though?
You have a
Fucking,
welder.
I do. You know who sells them cheap?
Hmm.
Old NASCAR teams,
Yeah,
dirt cheap.
I just scored one at work the other day, actually, off of a Jeep.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, but I
I
would need
haven't tried
something
to mock
completely
it up
different,
yet.
huh?
What the you talking about? Like the speedway style one with the?
Mm-hmm.
How would you need it differently?
No, no, no. I thought you said a Jeep. I was like, I think I would need something different.
No. It just has like the straight bar,
Mm-hmm.
right, with the adapters to bolt up to the frame rails, and then
Mm-hmm.
the spline parts that connect to your end links.
Dude, my luck, it would be too big. I can't have anything. Nothing is ever nice. You know what else I found out? Nothing bolts on. All these bolt on parts that I wanted to pay for,
They
these motherfuckers don't bolt on. I was
don't bolt on
struggling,
the shit.
struggling, fighting for
Yeah,
my life. Um,
yeah. The gripes of building a car.
yeah, I got a axle seasoned to a wheel hub right now,
Yeah.
and then I didn't realize that the back of the car, um, that they're pressed in bearings.
Wait, did that kit? Wait, you have the white side rear, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't come with like the bolt-in. You don't. You can't get like a bolt-in hub or something.
Mm-mm. Nope.
What? I feel like that's been a thing.
Well, not the one I got. So the one I got, I pulled the old bearing and the old hub out of the old one. Um, and I have to redo it again. I have to pull the hub back off of the bearing, even though everything's all mounted because I didn't get the snap ring in correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get to redo that.
That's
That's
wild as
cool.
hell.
Tell me about it.
I know, like
Again,
some of the kits use like the
my
Z
own
hub bearings and
fault.
stuff like that, but
I think it's because BMW's the 5x120 situation.
yeah, I
I mean,
think
they
that's
could have
it.
went with Corvette um, hubs. That would have been great
Yeah, sometimes they even use freaking what do you call it? Like those the Porsche 930 subs and stuff like that or whatever.
on the outside hubs.
Yeah, like don't they like make the axles and shit like that with that?
I know that they make the Porsche. What is it?
CV joints or whatever.
I think that's about it, and it's
Because it's like the same spine count and all that shit. Something similar.
I think it's just the actual joint itself that they use. I don't
Mm.
necessarily know about it being the actual, like, it's the style, if that makes sense. Like
Ah,
if you're gonna run a Ford 9 inch, you're not gonna go just grab a Ford 9 inch out of an old truck. You have to like
no.
you need it cut in space to what you need.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like the style of what they use. So it's like,
Ah.
hey, this is a Porsche 930 style CV joint that we used for
Mm-hmm.
strength and rigidity or
All
something
that
like that. I don't
jazz.
know. I'm just a guy who is too cheap to pay somebody else to work on his car.
Vibes. Not too cheap, really. Just in this economy.
In this economy, that's
Yeah.
one thing. Yeah, yeah, for sure. If I can afford to pay somebody to do, I probably still wouldn't because I would be upset.
If it's bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I paid somebody to work on my car like one time, and little did I know I was given the wrong caliper, and I was like trying to figure it out, and then I took it to Midas to have them try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was telling my dad about it. He's like, "Wait, is the nipple on the top or the bottom?" I was like, "The bottom." He's like, "They gave you the wrong caliper." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Like he didn't even see the car; he just knew over the phone. But
Yeah,
the guy who worked on the car didn't say shit.
yeah, because he didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
part, okay."
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's been my experience of having other people work on my vehicle.
Yeah,
So
technicians kind of suck though. They never communicate shit.
tell me about it. I have one that
Like,
works for me.
like you gotta
He
sit
doesn't
here
work on
and like
cars.
you gotta like pry information out of these guys. Like give you like basic like information. They'll come ask you for
Mm-hmm.
some shit, and then like not give you any context, and you're just kind of like, I
Yeah.
don't even know what we're talking about right now.
Did you hear that, technicians? If you work on things for a living as a tech, I don't care if you work on cars, fucking air conditioners, electricity, you guys are assholes and terrible at giving information.
Dudes will come up to you like, "Yo, you see that thing I was just looking at 3 stories high, away from where you were, where you have been all day? Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I need the part that connects to that.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
see ya."
Yeah. You know what I love is like I give a technician a job to go do something. I'm like, let me know what works, what doesn't work. tells me, "Hey, we're all done." A couple weeks later, we can move on to the next job. 3 weeks later, something else comes up. He's like, "Oh, by the way, these 3 buildings didn't work." I'm like, "What do you mean?
It
What do you
didn't
mean?
work.
What do you
What do
mean?
you
Like
mean
you're
they didn't work?
I told them we were done. I billed them. They just paid us fucking 20 grand for you to not finish." Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude was like, I know how to get this job done.
Yep. Yep.
Lie.
Yeah. Yeah. When I used to go to interviews when I was younger, I'd always be like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing," and they'd be like, "I've heard that before," and I'd be like, "That's cool. I know what I'm doing." They're like, "Well, we're not going to give you the money you're asking for." I was like, "Okay." And now I get it. Now I fucking get it.
Yeah, now you're living it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Living in the moment.
Yep. Um. Moving on from that, what is your next event coming up?
Honestly, I have no idea. There's a lot going on and also not a lot going on.
Are you guys
I
done
don't
for the winter? Is that like
no,
pretty much it?
there's still like more events.
Mm-hmm.
There's still more Mid Pond events. There's still more New Orleans events. There's EYB coming up. I think it's in like 2 weeks. Um, I don't really, I don't know if I'm gonna go or not, but it looks pretty enticing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel like working on my car, so that's not very enticing.
I hear you.
But who knows? If I get a transmission within this week or next week, and I put it in, I'll probably be there. If I don't, then I won't.
Mm-hmm. Is it a bitch to do that one?
No, not really. It's actually really easy. I just don't want to
You know what I will
because it's
say?
cold.
I'll say this. When it comes to working on a race car, not necessarily a race car. Okay, but what I'll
It's a
say,
race
the car
car.
that I have in this fucking garage, or
Yeah,
any other car that I've built that was like strictly a track car, I removed everything.
yeah,
Those are significantly much easier to work on than a stock car where you're like replacing a transmission. Because
yeah,
I can pull that 4-speed transmission out 20 minutes. That includes getting the car up in the air, and that's not even working hard. That's just
yeah.
moving it along.
And that's the thing too. I know exactly what I need to make the job happen. It's
Hmm.
just still not fun to do it.
And do you at least know what all the bolt sizes are? So it like kind of makes
Yeah.
it a little. Yeah. See, I'm on a new car now, so I keep getting lost. I'm like, what the
Well, that's the
fuck?
thing though. Like
I'll
you're
get
putting
under the
the car
car and I'm like, I
together.
got the wrong fucking one again.
You're like putting the car together. You can use whatever fucking hardware you want to. Really.
No, it comes with hardware. I'm not fucking changing it.
I
You know how much
mean,
hardware
yeah.
costs?
I guess if you want to like make it all linear and stuff like that,
Mm-mm.
I do that shit all the time.
I'm super anal about having matching hardware.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
So if something doesn't match, I'll fix it. But if like all the stock bolts are working, like I'm not going to change all the stock bolts like this
Mm.
if I don't need to. Like
Like
all the subframe bolts, don't like them.
sometimes I can't find my little e-torque sockets, and I'm like, fuck.
I was just going to say that the
So I'm
subframes
like,
are e-torques bolts on this thing.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, why would I?
You know what else works on it? A 14 millimeter, like a glove.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I always have the luck where it doesn't fucking work, and then I'm crying in a corner because my tools aren't working, and the car is broken, and we're not gonna make it to this event. Ah,
Like, and I ate some spicy food for lunch. Now I got to shit.
yeah, exactly.
It's a never ending problem. I get it.
Yeah,
No, but like, dude, the biggest pain in my ass has been like not knowing what I need. Like, I'm so used to having 13, 15, and 21
yeah.
and an 18. Like, that's all I ever needed on the other car. This one's
Hmm.
like there's no 13s. Everything's like 14, 16,
I have 13s.
18, 19, and 21.
I have like all the 13s on my shit.
Yeah, I
BMW
remember
started
that.
being
Yeah, the
weird.
E46
Yeah,
had it. This one doesn't.
yeah.
Those 13s went out the window. They're like, we
I
got to make
thought
this car a little different.
I wanted to like E92s and stuff like that,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I'm just like, they're just like a little bit far removed. You know what I mean? They're just like a little bit out of the realm of being a shitbox car that, there's just like such weird things that they do. It's like not normal.
It's shitbox with a bunch of tech in it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like a
BMWs have always been
Hitachi
like that.
shitbox. Yeah,
What do you
but the
like?
other ones are like dumb enough to where it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
They're still simplistic, but they just have like the electronic tech. I get it.
yeah. And
I
like
get
all
it.
that shit goes out the window once you do like but so many things, all that shit goes out the window.
Yeah, I know. I'm really thinking about getting my kid like an E36 or E46 as his
Yeah.
first vehicle because they're
If he was
simple to
really
work on.
cool, he would drive a E46 sedan. But
He's not
he
that
can't
cool.
always be that cool.
He likes coupes. I'm like, that's fine.
I bet he does.
I'm like, everybody likes a coupe. I was like, I did too until I had to work in the back of a drift car.
Yes.
That went right out the window.
Yeah. I even hated putting a sub in my coupe and like getting all in there trying to like run the wires and shit like that. I was like, wow, this is the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't even open the back door just to remove the seat. I got to do it from here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I heard
Fuck
that.
that.
Speaking of subs, I got one for the race car.
Yeah, speaking of subs, I put one in my race car
Did you?
and
Fuck yeah.
yeah, it's the one from the white
Love it.
car. Yeah.
I
I didn't use it a single time.
you did. I didn't. So I really wanted to get. Have you seen the ones that go under the seat?
Yeah.
I thought about getting one of those, and I was like, I don't fucking want that. That's gonna piss me off. So I
Yeah.
already had a sub. I was like, I'll just buy the box for it. It's cheaper. I already have an amp. But now I have to put all of that weight in the vehicle. Not that I'm too concerned with it.
You can use that weight to your advantage.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree because the car still does need to make a certain weight. I still want it to be just quote unquote FD legal just for the resale purpose. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the. Have you seen like you've been on a boat right where they have the what is it, the wake rack situation where they have the mounted speakers up there?
Yeah.
You can buy those so I can mount the speakers to the cage because I don't know where else I'm gonna put them.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff too. That looks pretty dope.
I was thinking about putting.
Like a side by side.
Yep. I was gonna put two under the dash on each side, and then two on the rear down bars.
Yeah.
Like I want a full functional stereo system that I
Yeah.
can actually enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. And I think definitely the bass is the part that you need to take into account
Yeah,
for
I don't
sure.
want a whole bunch of loud treble. It's gonna piss me
Yeah,
off.
no. Because then like that just kind of disappears as soon as you start driving.
The treble. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Then you
feel like
just
you start drifting and as soon as you get any kind of like actual like groove going, all that sound is just like gone.
you know what? To be honest, I will probably turn it down when I'm actually in drift because I don't want to. I'm listening for things. I need to make sure nothing's breaking.
What are you listening for?
Just any abnormally. Yeah,
Everything's
there's a
abnormal.
word there. Abnormalities. I said it wrong again.
Listen, I was drifting. I was leading my friend Bobby, and my second gear shattered. I literally had no idea what was going on. I still wasn't playing any music, but like I literally had no idea what was going on up until like I was like, ugh, ugh, car no go. And I was like, what? I thought it was like the drive shaft or something. So like I tried another gear and then it went, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, my second gear shattered.
Don't say it.
That
I'm
took me
worried
like
about my
30
friends.
seconds.
No, I'm worried about something like an axle snapping or something like that.
If you don't drive like an asshole, you probably won't have to worry about that.
Right.
Have you seen how I drive?
I have. I saw your in car. You be doing shit. I see that like on purpose. You drive like
Yeah.
you drive it like you would drive on your sim.
Yeah. Well,
That's good though.
I actually drive a lot more chill on my sim.
Do you ever try to implement that in your actual real life driving, like on track?
I can be chill in my real life driving, but it's not as exciting.
Inside the car or from the way it looks while you're driving, like on the
Inside
outside?
the car. inside the car. Like some of the stuff obviously is a little theatrics and like amplifying, like
Hmm.
for the mental stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I can be very nonchalant about what I'm doing,
Hmm.
and honestly, I feel like it kind of takes away from everything that's going on. You know. Also, even right now, like my car is a lot louder than like I would even like usually enjoy, but I honestly don't really care because I'm just like trying to, you know, like just up the image. You know what I'm saying? Like you can actually hear my car going around the track, stuff like that, versus Silent Ninja just going around doing cool stuff, but like nobody cares because you can't hear it.
Yeah. That's a good
But
point. You
yeah,
know what I do want? I want my car to not um sound like ass. I
yeah, I
think
don't know.
I need glass packs.
Okay.
Have you heard like a V8 on glass packs?
Yeah, I live in North Louisiana, man.
Of
Like,
course you have. I know.
yeah, of course I
You're like,
have.
yeah, my neighbor's Silverado has one. I don't fucking hear that.
Fuck.
That's exactly what I was going for. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, so far, I mean, my friend Jacob's car sounds pretty decent. It sounds like a freaking stock Silverado.
Hmm.
Um, because it's got like, actually, I don't even think he has mufflers now, but it still sounds really quiet.
Really?
Compared to that 240 that Clay just bought. That car is really loud and it's got a pretty aggressive limiter, which I like. It's just a 5.7 LS1 car. That's pretty
Ah,
good.
those are my favorite.
Yeah.
And they just for people that know that the 5.7 sounds way different than like a 6.0, the 6.2 and all the other ones.
Yeah.
Uh it just sounds so good.
Yeah, I really couldn't even get enough of that whole thing, man. Like I just wanted to tweak with the car so bad. Like I had to like just I was even not even worried about my driving much so like, so much.
Mhm.
Like cuz I was like just trying to get his car set up properly
Okay.
and good. Like I almost was just like neglecting my car. I'm like, all right, well, we gotta get his shit set up because I want to see him do good shit out there and whatever. And then Sunday, like he was just kind of like focused on driving on Saturday, but like Sunday, he finally like was like, all right, what I'm saying, let's do some shit. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. He tested some 285s, some Kendas,
On what car?
the S13.
You have your phone?
Yeah, yeah, that's right there.
Okay. Let's go live on the Instagrams.
Let's see.
Once you see it, just request to join. It's gonna be on the main page. Um, I don't know if people can hear me or not. We'll find out. Um, what your friend? What S13? Am I on the right one? No, I am. Your S13 friend. What trans is he running?
It's a T56.
Oh, he's got money.
No, I mean it just came in the car.
Did you request yet?
Request where?
Hang on, I'm gonna invite you.
I need request on my phone.
Yeah. Are you on IG?
Oh, there
Are
it
you on
is.
the Instagrams?
I'm in it. Hold
There
on.
you go. Oh, let me turn this volume all the way down. Turn your volume down on your phone.
I did. It's off.
But yeah,
Damn it. I don't have anything to hold it up. Fucking. There we go. I
that's
think
what you
that's
look
good.
like. Yep. Uh, T50 T56 car. What kind of suspension does he run? Like, what's his old get
Honestly,
up?
I don't even remember. It was on some ISR, like
You
really
drove it
old
though? No,
ISR.
I meant every time I say suspension, people always assume just coilovers I'm talking about. Like, I'm always curious, like, are you running like aftermarket control arms? Are you running like on a Wisefab kit or a grip kit? Or are you just running
Oh, it's Wisefab.
adjustables? Okay,
It's
that's what I was curious.
Wisefab front, Wisefab V1 front. Like a mismatch of like ISR arms and like parts that max in the back.
Uh huh.
Uh, you know, the normal 240SX remedy, stock lower control arms, stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes
But it's
sense.
pretty simple. Pretty simple hatch. Not a
What's the
lot
guy's
going
name?
on. Clay.
Clay. Okay, so not
Yeah.
Dylan. Not Dylan, who says
No.
he's your biggest fan.
Dylan. Dylan, you suck.
Oh, well, at least you guys are
Wait,
friends.
why can't I even see the chat?
You can?
I mean, I'm looking at it. I can't even see it.
Huh. Maybe it's
Whatever.
the
I don't care.
there you go. But let's talk about FD rumors.
FD rumors.
Yeah.
Who do you want to talk about? And why
Let's
is Daigo Saito trying to flex on us?
you know what? Well, remember when he tried to come back in 2020 and then fucking COVID happened? I remember he's gonna build
Yeah.
that he was gonna build a GT86. I remember that.
Well, I mean, he did.
Oh, he did. I don't know that I didn't follow it after that. I just remember.
Yeah, and they just sat in the port forever.
Is that what it was? So he did build the car, it got sent off,
Yeah,
and then
they
nothing
were they
happened
were
with it.
here.
Oh shit! Why didn't he come though? Because I thought other drivers came from Japan. Wataru.
Shinji did. Shinji Manoa.
Who's Shinji
Um,
Manoa? Is that the kid's dad?
yeah.
I don't remember. That's I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like a multi-car team. Daigo, Shinji Manoa, and somebody else. I think his wife. And they were coming at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and all their cars were here and stuff like that, and they just never came over to run, and then the cars got sent back.
Damn.
And I think one of the cars is being used right now by like another team in FD Japan or something.
Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, money
Um,
moves.
I wonder who else is coming. So, the rumor is Daigo's coming, and a certain Japanese team. I don't. Is Jerry Yang Japanese? I don't know if he is or isn't.
I don't know. You should ask him.
I don't fucking know. Uh,
Jerry Yang, are you Japanese?
yeah, this isn't necessarily me. I didn't do that accent like an asshole, but but we'll find out. Uh, the rumor is Jerry Yang lost a drive. Well, he lost a driver for sure. He
Yeah.
lost terrible with fucking names.
How do you one up Kazuya Taguchi? You bring somebody way crazier and way richer.
What was Kazuya Taguchi's record before he came to FD? Because obviously he came in the R30, whatever you want to call it, the GTR, which is not a great drift car from my understanding.
Yeah, which is like the old Achilles car.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, which is the car Daigo drove before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So that makes sense now. So now
on 22s.
it was 20s, wasn't it? Not 22s.
I'm pretty sure it was 22s, or 22s might just sound cooler.
I I can say this. So 2015, that's the year he drove that thing, and I remember that year um, that when I went to Long Beach, I remember Jared specifically saying something. He's like, "Oh, he's on whatever size wheels, and the rest of the guys are on 18s,
Yeah,
and he's like the
propaganda.
Lone Ranger of being like on 20s or some shit like that."
Because I don't even know if that was on our what do you call it, the 123S, right? Was it even that tire?
No, that they didn't even have that tire in that size, so he ran
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
he ran the sports. Fuck, what are they called? I used to run them. ATR Sport 2s.
in 20s, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what they had. I remember
That's
I used to
wild.
buy those too. I had no problem with them until I learned how to like actually drift and the car would stay in drift and I'm like, "Oh, these tires keep melting off."
Yeah, that's probably why that car sucked. It
Hey.
was not that great, honestly.
No. No. Actually I don't know if you guys seen it, but I'll pull up a tab here. I saw the new Big Duck Club E46 kit.
You
Their
have a new kit?
version. Have you seen it?
No, I'm not
Uh,
tapped in.
it looks good.
Does it? I hope so.
Yeah. It's way different. It's nothing like the original one. This one actually has like harder lines to it. Like
Yeah.
it's its own kit now, where it's not like just an extended flare.
Okay.
It is. I'm sorry. It is an extended flare, but
Yeah.
the way it looks is completely changed. There are actually lines to it now, whereas before
Yeah,
it
I
was like
wasn't
more
really a big
smooth.
fan.
It was more smoothed over, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the big bubble flare wasn't really
Yeah,
like a big thing for me
I
on
don't
that.
like the bubble either, but now it has like essentially the end of the flare has like a rim, so to speak,
Yeah. They
or
had
an
that big
edge.
ass like 75 mil bubble flare on the E36 cars. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks
How
like
much
he's
tire are you
changing.
trying to fit?
It looks like he's changed them a lot recently.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. I haven't talked to him about it because I haven't really asked him. But I'm wondering if he's going to keep them that way, or if he's going to like offer both options. Like, is he just going to offer the bubble flare style, or is he going to offer the bubble flare style and the new style he just developed?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I like the idea with what they have with the E92 stuff. Following that kind of smooth body line kind of look.
But with the rim,
Oh,
like an
yeah,
actual.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what the new one has. That's what I was like.
Yeah,
And
taking inspiration. That's
hang on,
pretty good.
let me see if I can find. I
Pull it
have
up.
hang. I can't do it on my phone, so I'm gonna have to try to see if I can find them on Instagram. It's
Mm-mm-mm.
asking me to fucking log in.
Oh, this guy's not prepared. Look at this guy.
I'm on the PC. Who logs into Instagram on their PC?
I actually did the other day. I can pull mine up right now.
How'd that work out for you?
You can't really do shit. You're just scrolling on a
Exactly.
big screen. It's kind of pointless, honestly. I don't really
Uh,
remember why I signed in on here, but it was just there.
you're like, but I went there. I feel like it's not even showing me the right stuff right now because he just posted this shit the other day and it's not even there.
He deleted. Dirty delete.
No, he wouldn't do. Wait, hang on. Did you have another phone? I'm a liar.
Redacted.
Redacted. I don't even know if I'm logged into Instagram on this phone. Oh,
He
yeah,
said, actually, I take back. I
I
take it
am logged
back.
in on this phone. Not now.
What's up with that turbo car, though?
Which one?
That one he had at your house.
Oh, his E46.
Yeah.
They blew the motor.
Oh, nice. That'll do it.
It be like that
I
sometimes.
really do.
Dude, he just posted this the other day. Maybe he just posted it on his story and I'm tripping.
Yeah, I probably posted it for the hype.
But it's crazy because somebody in my area, they were at some Italian restaurant or parked outside of one rather, and that was it. And I was like, oh, that looks fucking sick.
They were just posted up outside with the kid.
No. They had it on their car, obviously.
Oh,
Um, I'm
yeah,
kind
they
of
already
annoyed
got
now. Where
fucking
the fuck
models
is
running
it?
around.
Where is it? I kind of feel bad. He made this E90 kit and nobody has finished their car.
Yeah, that's like
Nobody.
the E90 population, pretty much. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. He's probably like, I'm never doing that car again. Um,
Everybody's be like, we're waiting," but you ain't working. You ain't out here on these
damn,
streets.
I can't even find it. Okay, never mind.
Look at this
It's
fucking guy.
gone.
Canceled. All
Mm-hmm.
the hype. If any of you were excited, it's
You
over.
better. Don't worry. It's not the first time I've let people down. It's not the last. Um. Damn, that sucks. I can't even find it. Son of Beesh.
Well,
Let
that
me
sucks.
see.
How you gonna let your son know you're a disappointment?
He knows every day.
Oh,
Trust me.
damn.
He gets. I get to disappoint him every day, and I without any consequences. Oh, son of a bitch! I found it.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
RJ posted it. You got to go on RJ's fucking Instagram. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Send a link.
Hang on, I gotta find out. RJ.
Airdrop that link to your Mac.
Drifts. I got rid of that.
Oh, somebody already bought it?
Yeah. I'm on
Nice.
my dude, I'm on my work computer right now. Um Boom, found it. Oh,
Uh-oh. I hope it actually looks good after all this hype.
it does. It looks so
You
good.
can't cut that in a live stream.
I know. Well, live stream sucks. Uh are you reading the comments? Can you read the comments?
I can see no comments.
Really? Well, I'm not even gonna try to mispronounce this person's name.
Is
It
that it?
says, you see it?
You had a red car?
Yeah. Look at it. It wants me to freaking log in. I don't know it
Damn.
right now.
That's tough.
Let's try logging in with Facebook.
Give them all your credentials.
No,
Yup.
hang on. I think I'm logged in over here.
Yup.
Hang on. I think I'm logged in over here.
Almost there.
No. Oh,
Oh,
even if I
yes.
typed it in, you wouldn't be able to see it. You would just see my email.
No, they'll know by your keystrokes.
Is it still sharing my screen?
Um, no, not
Oh,
anymore.
all right, good. Let me see if I can log in real quick on this side.
I can't even see the comments, but I can imagine somebody said that I look handsome.
I don't know. GS3JP says social, please. I don't know what that is. How was the pond, brother? Oh,
The pond.
yeah.
The pond was freaking cold. The pond
And
was really
then,
cold, actually.
oh, I think,
I camped at the pond, actually.
does Chrissy ring a bell?
That's my mother.
She says, great show, son. She loves you so much.
Oh, what a
All right.
loser, man.
Don't be a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
She's in the other room, isn't she?
No, she's not.
She's gonna come hit you. Hit him. Tell him talk about you like that. Come on, dude. Just let me in. It's asking me for questions. All right, there we go. Let's let him in. I was not. Let's go look for RJ, and then I will. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna share this one. Look at that bad boy.
V3.
See these lines?
Is that molded into the bumper?
No, there's a line right here. You see it?
Oh, is that like an extra piece?
It's gonna be a yeah. He always does extra, not extra, but he always does like them piece by piece. This way you can actually like take them off. I will say that it is a little bit of a bitch to figure out how to mount.
Yeah, it looks like a like that DTM kit, DTM Works, or whatever.
That DTM kit is fucking ugly, and I know exactly what you're talking about. So I'm gonna look it up right
I
now.
understand what you're saying. I didn't say it looked great.
You know who
But
does run it? Fucking one of my like really good friends, Andrew, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. Every time he posts it, I'm always like, get rid of it. I was like, and your car's yellow? Looks like a fucking banana.
I've seen that car actually.
Like a spoiled banana. Let me see what else. Yeah, here's the DTM
Yeah,
kit, and that looks like dog shit.
that's
I fucking
unfortunate.
hate. How does that look? This do not look the same. Don't say that again.
Look at the lines.
You better look at them again, because look at this. This looks stupid right here.
Yeah, that's like that Rocket Bunny stupid shit.
It's like half a rocket bunny and just gave up.
Look at that one.
I see what you're saying, but no.
Okay, he sees it.
But it's not here. It's not coming down to here.
They changed the style of the flare.
I like the flare.
Well, I will say though, from the front
I like the
fender
front.
area coming
That
down, looks pretty good.
It looks really good.
That
Yeah.
whole like side area there, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like.
Honestly, that's what really sold me on it. I was like, damn, I should have built an E46.
But you know what though, that I don't know.
He's gonna build a sedan kit.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Do they have good side skirts? Go to our website.
Who?
Big Duck Club. What
Can
they
you see
got?
this one? You see the
Do they
screen I'm
have
on?
side skirts? Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know if he does.
Big, big.
He has these
Yeah,
basic ones on the last one, but I think the new one's supposed to be different. But he doesn't even have it on the website yet, so maybe that was just a pipe dream.
yeah. I bet it was probably a pipe dream. Where's the? Why is that so hard though? They made that bumper lip thing. Also, in hindsight, it doesn't look as great anymore in my head.
This one?
No, that go scroll down.
This one?
Left. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
right.
thing. Yeah, that thing. It looked good before, but I feel like it kind of sucks now.
You know what I do hate about what I do hate about the E90 stuff is the bumper situations, like the lip kits and stuff like that. They don't look good.
Yeah,
I don't like how it matches the curves. I more like I like the curves of the stock body lines and stuff like that on the
yeah.
outside, but I'd like to make it completely different if that makes sense. Like
You wanna
smooth
add
it
some?
over with
You
like
wanna
a lip.
disrupt it?
Hmm.
Eh,
It's kind of
I'm not too
upsetting.
sure. Give me an
Uh,
example.
Let me see. Well, it would take away kind of from that. Like you would still have the bumper because the bumper, it's it kind of the way the E46 M Tech bumper is. It's not. They
Not a
all have that
lock.
same like off kind of set situation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but it would kind of like bring it all together to be more.
More uniform.
Mhm,
Hmm.
which is my preference. I like clean and easy.
Yeah.
Let him tell your boy GS3JP what happened to your little BMW because he's wants to
Oh
know.
yeah, dude. Fuck. Broke second gear, man. Hard man on the gear. Had to lose the only one I could use.
Hmm.
Second gear kart track heroes, man.
Especially on that track too.
Yeah.
I imagine that's a lot. Have you ever driven Grange? Because it feels like it's the same speed situation. Super slow,
Uh
super slow, high wheel speed for some reason.
yeah, high wheel speed, kind of like, but I feel like it's there's a lot of opportunities for like acceleration and stuff like that. You just kind of have to maintain a certain speed. If you just carry your momentum, you should be fine. But there's not a whole lot of like super slow down parts that are like
Hmm.
crazy drastic. You know what I mean?
I hear
It's
you.
not too bad.
I ended it alive.
I saw that.
I
We had
get
like
it.
3 viewers.
Two
Shout
and a
out to them.
half. 2.5.
Oh, what was that? That's crazy. As well, I couldn't see the fucking comments. It was like right there. All
Yeah,
right.
that's crazy that you couldn't see the comments. That sucks. I wonder if it changes like depending on whose live you join. Like let's just say they joined the podcast live, they can see everything, or if they joined Yowan's live.
Yeah, probably.
Um, who knows?
Imagine.
All
They're
right.
probably like, oh, this guy's probably sensitive. Don't make him cry. Don't
Circling
show him the
back to
comments.
allegedly Dago running at Jerry Yang Racing next year.
Yeah, allegedly.
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 What other rumors we got?
I think that would be pretty interesting, honestly. I would love to see Daigo come around and like just, do rich person shit.
If Dago can just come back and drive a car, like not worry about anything. He doesn't have to worry about a team. Doesn't have to worry about the
Yeah,
car
I
getting
feel
there.
like
He just shows up, arrive and drive situation. I think he's going to put a dent in the championship.
that's his favorite position.
Is being the disruptor. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot in it for him, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't necessarily have to prove that he can win
Hmm.
because he knows he can win. He does it on like so many like off chances. It's so weird. Like randomly, you'll just be watching a bracket, And there goes Daigo, just sneakily making his way through the top of a bracket. Just all of a sudden now he's on the podium. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, where'd that come from?
Yep.
Like he didn't qualify last round. Like, he spun out. Like on day, off day, just like that.
And then be like, oh, he just got second place at the next event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Oh, how do you feel about the what is it? The fucking seating brackets situation. I don't
Is
think
it
we ever
changing
talked about
again?
that. You like it? You not like it? You prefer
I'll tell you what, I don't really give a shit to watch
qualifying
qualifying.
over the seating bracket?
I think if they can do more battles, I think that's fine. I really don't care for qualifying because it's really just not a fun format that they use. Like going from like best to worst or worst to best or whatever. It's kind of boring. I feel like if they just went out and did hot laps or some shit, that'd be fucking grand. I wonder if this is gonna like keep being disconnected or what. We are so back.
Well, that was an adventure.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened because I had to like disconnect my internet and shit and then reconnect it and it worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can see why some people don't like doing online. Sometimes we don't have any issues, like at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part, we don't. Um,
Now we have two
okay.
clips.
Not on this end.
Oof.
Don't worry. I will figure it out at a later date.
Number two
Anyways.
ski. I'm still on number one.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go number 2.
No, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna sit for a while.
Yep. What the fuck were we talking about? Daigo disrupting
Yeah,
everybody's lives?
disrupting, just being the guy.
Uh-huh. Oh, did you see Sir Mr. Woo his video about looking for active, possibly a third full-time RTR driver?
That's actually pretty interesting because apparently they have a car available, and that's pretty weird for considering it's right-hand drive and stuff like that. I wonder what they're doing that for.
No. That was going somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. They said it was going somewhere. I don't know where. They didn't specify.
interesting,
Somebody said Fangadan because he bought one in the past.
interesting.
Um,
I thought his was left. Well, whatever. It doesn't really
his is right
matter.
hand,
Oh,
left
interesting.
hand. Sorry. Yeah, but maybe his preference is right hand drive, so he's gonna swap everything over. I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
But I thought that was an S550 car with S650. Um.
Skins.
hmm
I mean, they were. So the other
I don't know if
cars.
they are now. Yeah.
Yeah, the I feel like the demo cars were reskinned. And then that
Absolutely.
initial build ones they did were probably skinned,
hmm
the old cars. But I think
hmm
the one they did for Vaughn was a brand new car.
Uh-huh. For last year,
Yeah, and then James's. I think the car that Ben has, which was Chelsea's, was still
a 550.
right.
But I wonder if underneath is any different. Like, is the suspension any different? Is it all
Well, I'm sure they.
like? Is it just a facelift? You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure it's just the skins. Yeah.
That's what I was. No, I meant like on the physical cars themselves, like from the S550 to the S650 from Ford. Is it the same parts in the suspension? Like kind of like the way they did the 350Z and the 370Z. Like it's the same
Right.
exact suspension. Like there's no
Yeah.
difference.
Same
But it is
design,
a
kind of.
completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the
But
same
it
for the most part.
that's what I was thinking too. So it's probably it wouldn't make sense for them to build new cars. They would just be like, hey, it's probably easier just to
Right, exactly.
fit this body
I think at that time they didn't have like that many too to be able to build fresh ones.
enough of. Yeah, 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 I
Yeah,
agree.
so I think that's why they just did the reskins.
I think so. It doesn't. I ain't mad at it, but I
Yeah,
understand from like a corporate aspect. Like, hey, I have to say this is a 650, and I also have to
exactly,
say that we built 3 new cars in the off season. Like,
exactly. Yeah, or if not, just make you feel like that might be the case. You
absolutely.
know?
And I get it. Having said that, Vaughn said, "Is there going to be a third driver?" He said no. He said there's nobody. He's like the door, but he did say like, hey, the door's open,
Yeah,
but it has to work both
nothing
ways, and it
secured.
takes exactly nothing is yeah, exactly nothing secured. Because I remember last year he posted Ben and Travis like on a story. He's like decisions,
Yeah,
decisions.
because they're both going doing the training stuff and all that weird shit, and then Ben is the only one that came out with a deal. It seems.
Yeah, I think, and this is speculation, right? Like
Right.
this is,
Exactly.
I think Ben has the financial backing from his family.
Right.
I'm not saying that's bad.
No.
I'm not one of those people who are going to shit on somebody because their dad paid for somebody
Yeah.
something.
No. Shout out, Dad.
Yep, yep. I don't know, but let's just assume it is for this conversation's sake. That's how that deal was able to go through. But right now, you see Travis having his car for sale.
Hmm.
Big Red is what he calls it, and he has it at 105K.
I love Big
So
Red.
I'm wondering, excuse me, I'm wondering because I don't see Vaughn doing a single year deal.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't make sense to him and the team. Like he can't, I can't develop you in a Mustang in a year.
Right. Exactly.
Clearly, the minimum is 2 years.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm wondering, like, if Travis does get that, and let's just say he does go to RTR for the next 2 years, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool as well. It's just really unfortunate though because I feel like his E46 is kind of like his staple at this point. Like he's like really settled into that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Is that you? Is that how you really feel, or you just have like
That car is
somewhat
really
of a
good.
bias to an E46? I understand it's a good
I
car.
like Travis
I'm not
Streeter
saying
in his
that.
S13 as well. I just think that car.
I liked
I
him.
think that car is a
I
lot better.
the E46
Yeah,
than the S13. I don't know. I liked him in his S13 better.
maybe for the type of driving they're doing at the time.
I mean, he's still a shredder,
No,
so
yeah, for
no matter
sure.
what, he's still like a driver that's capable.
If you look at them, the RTR and his car are basically kind of on the same like build, like
S- Style, but it's
style.
like a
Exactly. Big
it's all
tire.
go.
Yeah,
It's all go, big tire, and it's a nitrous car.
exactly.
You're not waiting on anything.
Exactly.
But I've seen him have a nitrous fucking solenoid get stuck too.
I've seen RTR have a shit ton of nitrous solenoids get stuck too. And quite frankly, I don't know if it's really reliable for anybody at this point. If you're using it for
They
more than
might
like
be
a spool
locked
aid.
into use. Yeah, but they might be locked into using a certain um, controller,
Right.
so that can be like an issue. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but I'm wondering if they use the same one. Like, okay, is this a nitrous outlet, nitrous express, or an NOS problem?
Hmm. I just feel like it's a lot of different parts that are very dependent upon in
Yep.
a system. And I feel like it's just a high likelihood of failure, due to the situations and, time constraints. And let's say, if it were to work in 30 seconds out of a minute, right? And the likelihood of the 30 seconds being while you're drifting is probably pretty high, or while you're going to be
Yeah,
drifting.
and then hang on. Actually, I want to show you this.
That's why I feel like it's
Did you?
like, it's more fun when it's like non-consequential. You know what I mean? To use it.
Yeah, but excuse me. Did you see their new rule?
About the master cutoff switch, like inside the car on the A pillar or whichever.
All three of them. You need fire suppression, master cutoff, and a nitrous cutoff.
Huh. All on the A pillar.
Yep.
That's crazy. But on any point of the A pillar or just the A pillar?
I'm going to show you right now. I don't know. They didn't specify.
Because I mean, the A pillar kind of goes all the way back to. You could necessarily have it like right here.
Yeah, exactly. But look at this right here. So you see this here. So you have your nitrous outlet cutoff, top position. Second position is going to be your
Fire
suppression, and your last one is your master cutoff. Now, real quick, what is this? Amazon. I was looking at
Elf on a shelf.
what is it? No, right here. I found it. It was already in my fucking search. So I was looking at these. So the one that they're calling for, so there's a part number. Where is it? No. This doesn't show the part number. Right here. So they're calling for the Honeywell 87941 situation.
Yeah.
So this button here in particular, that one costs $160. Now, what they're not saying is like, hey, you have to run this. They're not saying Honeywell part number refer to figure 24. They're just showing you like what the style is.
Yeah, that's
But
just
my
a
question
figure, right?
That's what I'm trying to verify. Like, it's like, does it says push off, right? So push to turn off, right?
Mhm.
Push to disconnect. So there's this one here that is this isn't the one. Wait, I have it in my cart actually. There's this one here. This one is 32 amps as opposed to the 40 amps.
Yeah.
But there's this one here that cost $16. And then if you look at the what is it? 87941 version. This thing is fucking $160 minimum. That's crazy. And I don't know if you can see this or not. It doesn't really give you mounting options.
You're supposed to fabricate.
So
that
now, do
yourself.
they just want a push to disconnect off? Is what they need to specify.
Yeah, it seems
But I
like
get
they're
that.
trying to. It seems like they possibly might have some kind of like alignment necessarily with maybe the Honeywell brand of some sort.
Yeah, but it's not like you can be like, oh, the Honeywell stuff is better than
Right.
the other Chinese stuff you're going to get. Because
Yeah.
I can tell you right now,
You're just vetoing everything.
Honeywell is also made in China.
Also made there.
Yep. Yeah. All of their fire alarm parts that I work with directly on a day-to-day basis, guess where they're made? Fucking China. Okay.
China.
That's a question. Maybe you should ask China. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so that is the question. Like, do we need to run the actual Honeywell one that cost drivers $200?
They're trying to save you money by making you spend more.
Exactly.
Buy
That's
once, cry once, right?
No. You know what I did notice though? It does look like they're just trying to put everything in one area, so they're gonna be like, "Hey, I need to shut this shit all the way down."
Yeah.
But I feel like the nitrous shutoff makes sense because it's a valve, right?
Yeah.
So they want you to have a valve in there with the same way like the extinguishers work. So it's a cable driven situation. So when you do pull it, it shuts the valve.
Yeah.
I get that. That's a
instead of sitting
manual
there trying to twist your
situation.
bottle.
Exactly. So it's not constantly spraying because it is an oxidizer. It is going to continue to feed oxygen to a fire that is there.
Yeah.
Actually, it's going to amplify the oxygen. And then you obviously have the pull cable situation for which is another rule they changed this year. They want it specifically on a cable for the fire extinguishing system.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that
the
could be a
push
button before.
Yeah, but now they're like, hey, when it does um, expire, we want you to upgrade to this.
Ah, okay. So it's kind of just like a phasing it out kind of deal. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out if FD is allowing um, the systems to be recertified through like a fire life safety company,
Oh,
or if they're requiring it like, no, you need to buy a new
just
one
a whole new thing.
every 2 to 4 years, whatever the number is.
They're
Because
probably
like
not
at
even
my job,
expecting. They're probably not even expecting the stuff to, you know,
it's something I want to
last.
ask. Like, so the company I work for, like we do fire extinguisher certifications too.
Hmm.
It's not my department, so I don't deal with it. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that like we offer it. They just, from my understanding, they check the pressure and they make sure it's full. That's it. That's
They're
it.
like,
And then
okay, well, this thing's holding pressure still.
every 6 years, they release the pressure. And then they check it, and then every 10 years, you have to have like the bottles itself rehydro tested, where they put it in a tank, they pressurize it up to, we'll just call it 5,000 pounds,
Yeah,
to see if it holds for X amount of
yeah.
time.
Make sure it's not
As long as it
compromised.
holds, yeah, exactly. The metal isn't compromised. Um, so I'm curious. I was like, is that okay? Like, are you guys gonna allow that, or are they gonna be like, no, 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 you need to spend another fucking $700,
Yeah, rebuy that
not
shit.
$100 to get your shit
Your car
recertified?
should have burned down 2 years ago. What are you still doing with this old stuff?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. So that there's that question. Um, I wonder what other rule changes we're gonna see. So because they haven't made the new rule books public yet. The only reason I know about that is because fucking Kevin Shanahan posted it
Every
on
time,
Maximum Driftcast.
every time.
They're funny.
I think it's
I
funny.
feel like they're a funny family. Like they fuck around.
Yeah.
Every time I've made an inappropriate joke, they've always like reacted to it.
So
Him and the dad,
is that guy actually like related to him, or is he just like some other guy?
Kevin.
Yeah.
They're brothers,
Kevin
from my
Shanahan?
understanding. Hmm.
Isn't that guy from Vegas or something?
No, hang on. Am I tripping? I might be tripping.
Because there's
Give me two
Jack.
seconds.
There's Jack Shanahan and Connor Shanahan.
Maybe that's
But
what
that
I'm.
Kevin Shanahan,
Maybe that's where I'm confused. And that
that Kevin
now that you
Shanahan
said
guy
that
is
out
like,
loud, I don't like it.
I feel like that guy used to work with like Forrest Wang for a little bit. And then the Sorensens.
Shit, you might be right, dude.
You just profiled some guy with the last name Shanahan.
I sure did.
He's Irish now.
They're both gingers. I don't know what fucking want me to
Yeah.
do about it. Not my fault.
They probably hit it off really well.
Uh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that like they just lined up to be on the same team.
Who?
Kevin, the Kevin guy,
Mm,
on the Sorensen team, and then ended up being close with Connor.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's probably how they bonded,
yeah.
if they did it all. Um.
Went to
Oh yeah, but
Paris.
another rumor. Guess where he's gonna be driving with next year?
Oh, it could only make so much sense.
Hmm.
And before somebody steps out of the series and somebody else steps in,
Well, who's stepping out?
I
Amanda? No,
wonder.
I don't think she's stepping out. I think she wants to up her fucking.
You think so? Does
Yeah.
she care still?
This is just. Huh?
Does she care still?
Uh. So I don't know if you've seen her recent post, but she did something like some type of collab with Fountain Blue
Mm-hmm.
for F1.
Mm-hmm.
But she's
Oof.
saying like, yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, my main goal is drift. Like, this is what I want to do. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she's going to back off of her other ventures and kind of like focus a little more on Formula Drift, because obviously we've all seen the girl can drive. She's been on the
Yeah.
podium.
Exactly.
Um, they're in a ugly rebadged E46.
Yeah, I really don't
I
understand
hate
that.
it. I hate
I
it.
really don't understand that part.
I get it to a certain extent. They're the only two cars out there that look like that. Nothing else looks. They're not.
Yeah, I don't think it looks a
They're the
good
more
look.
modern chassis, right? Than whatever they're running. Anyways,
Like a
it's an
2014
E46.
ish.
It's
Like,
got E46 guts.
yeah.
I
I feel like
remember
that's
the
a
Zohan.
Europe thing too.
Could be. Um, yeah, I don't love the exterior of it, but those cars work really well. And I think she can probably definitely get into pro next year if she like doubled down
Yeah.
and really focused on that, especially with I don't know if you've seen the post. Her and Connor are clearly dating.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So we
He
do
stole
see
one from the
that.
young boys.
I know. You know what's funny
They
is like
wouldn't
when
even
you
thought they
see
had a
her, you can tell
chance.
she's really young, and when you look at Connor, like he looks like he's 31. So people might so people might be judging him and being like,
Yo,
"Why are you
that's
dating such a
crazy.
young girl?" And like they're the same fucking age.
Yeah, that's the
Um
crazy part too. My boy has been through it. Like,
yeah, he
you know what
he
I'm saying?
he's not he hasn't been through it. He just looks like that, and
No,
that's
he
not his
has
fault.
been through it, bro. Have you seen him? He's been He's been battling James Dean since he was like 10 years old.
14.
Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'd be
But yeah,
stressed too.
the rumor is he's going over to that team.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is. I just know that he's going to that team now. Is he going to be? I don't know what car he's going to be in. I don't know if Red Bull is going to follow him as his title sponsor in the U.S. I don't know any of that stuff. I just
I mean, they
heard a
sure put
little
their
rumor.
badging on the E36.
Hmm?
They sure put their logo on the E36 pretty fast.
Um, now here's the question though: is that like, hey, we're putting the you we're going to require you to put that logo on the car? We're not helping you, but you are a Red Bull driver, so if you put anything else on it, it's going to be a problem. Like you'll lose that here.
Mm,
You'll lose your Red Bull badging other places. It's
it
just
makes
this is
sense.
speculation,
It
and
makes sense what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like to have that
maybe they
kind
did
of
give them
yeah, to
here's an
have that kind of
extra
coverage, you gotta be, you know.
here's an extra call it we'll
I
just
mean, if you look at it
here's
though,
an extra 50 grand to get to and from.
have you ever looked at
You got
like
to
the
figure out
Red
the
Bull
rest.
app where like they do the live streams for Drift Masters?
No,
Like it's
no.
usually Connor all over the page, like everywhere
Oh, is it okay?
on
That
all
makes
the
sense.
covers. He's like their star athlete.
Okay, and it made sense why he was in Vegas for F1 because he is a Red Bull athlete.
Yeah, him and Mad Mike.
Yep, and then he was the one drifting the. That would have been dope to see them both do it.
Yeah, I think it's
To do
pretty
some
funny though
tandems.
because they Red Bull used to. Well, I think they still do. Like the Drift Brothers. The
Oh yeah, they drove M4s, right?
they drove like older cars like S13 and an E30 before. Now they built like these M4s, the
Mm.
new body style, and
They were the first ones to get like BMW backing.
yeah, and those cars were
I know you're
sick,
talking.
but they sure didn't really do much at all when they did.
I wonder what that was.
I don't know. I feel like they built them, they competed, and then they were like, actually, that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cars are sick
That's a
though.
good point.
Because I feel like
They do look good.
they used to be on Drift Masters like a lot. Like every season, I'd see them back and forth for a while there, and then I feel like they built more stuff, and then I feel like they just kind of faded out. Kind of weird.
Like they came with like big hype and didn't deliver, and probably lost that deal because
Pro-
they were Red Bull cars.
Probably, but
I could see that.
I don't know if they
And
necessarily
then
are not Red Bull anymore. But
Connor got what his first championship under Red Bull.
yeah,
Yep, that makes sense.
yeah, he was like on all their stuff, all the posters, all the art stuff like that. Like he always got like his S15. I feel like his S15 was like, or S14, whatever it was pretty good with the Red Bull livery.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won the championship in the 86. That was pretty good for him. I also wondered why, like, really, they could be the Red Bull brothers at this point, him and Jack. You know what I'm saying? But
Weren't they twins? Weren't they the two twins?
The other two are twins, yeah, like South African
Uh,
twins or whatever,
I wonder if that
or
like was their
German,
like selling point.
probably. But I feel like the Shanahans could probably be the better brothers. I feel like they're both on like a
Well,
higher caliber of driving. I would say.
absolutely. I watched a couple rounds of Drift Masters this year, and I was like, oh, okay, I can see the hype behind this, and it's something I actually kind of like probably going to try to follow a little bit closer next year
I'm surprised you
because it was
honestly don't.
enjoyable. Honestly, it's I'm an out of sight, out of mind guy.
Yeah,
So do I see it on Instagram and I hear about it? Yes.
I feel like it's
I don't
more
miss
exciting to watch than like you know.
FD. FD is what got me into drifting.
I
As heavy as I am,
I'm not talking down to FD either on that. It's just
I think it's two different things, and I
yeah.
like the two different aspects.
I
It's
think the
almost like,
style of it reminds me of like it's like more of a nostalgic feeling. You ever like watch fucking like a soccer game on
hmm
TV? You know what I mean? Like you hear the crowd screaming. You can hear like the same thing on like the Red Bull streams, like the crowd's going crazy. You know that European
hmm
style of support from the crowd.
it's almost like watching a pro NFL game versus like a college game.
Right.
Like the rowdiness is a little bit different. The
Yeah.
rules are slightly different. Obviously, it's the same fucking sport.
hmm
Um,
I feel like the
but
American
they
crowd just isn't as cool as like the European crowd.
Yeah, I'm not even into like I'm not a football guy at all.
Yeah.
Like I know the sport, I get it, but I will say like recently I've gone out and I've seen like a lot. Like if I'm going out on a Saturday,
hmm
like that's when all the college games are on, and I'm like, this is so much more entertaining than like an NFL game,
Yeah, they are
just
actually.
because the way they play, the way they're running around, like
Yeah.
the rules are a little bit different. They're a little bit more rowdy. They're a little younger, and they're more like they have a little bit more of a fuck you attitude.
Yeah, that's pretty much what how Driftmasters looks.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree, and I like it.
They've got like the attitude
I can
versus
see why people like both. I can see why people would like one over the other. Me personally, I think they're both great.
same.
I am here, and FD is here, so that's what I pay attention to most.
Same.
But
I
next year, I think I'm gonna try to focus on it more.
I think FD kind of like forced my hand because they took away my beloved Texas round, and now I don't have anywhere to go. So you know,
Yeah.
so much they could do with that. So many tracks in
Well,
Texas.
I know. I know. Oh, speaking of Texas, what the fuck do we got to do to get on the Drift Week? I
Spend a
think
lot
that
of
would
money.
help. That would be fun. We should ask Sir Aaron if that is something that we can do. Like, is it a double entry fee? Let's just say it's $5,000, right?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to split the $5,000 to do that, the rounds, or if it's like no, you need to pay your way, you need to pay your way. I don't care if you guys share a car or not, because then at that point I'm like I'm taking my own car.
Yeah, exactly. Then what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean?
hmm Um, and since I already said that, if we ever get on Drift Week and you see us sharing a car, the only reason we're sharing our car is because we saved money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
money.
if you see us in two separate cars, it's because they said "fuck you," we don't care if
That's
you.
money we could spend on food.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, we can save money. I cook good if it makes you feel better.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Uh,
We'll have tacos for dinner every night.
that's racist. That's crazy. That's
Well, you
crazy.
weren't gonna make ramen, so
Well, as long the fuck I wasn't. Do you know where I live?
that's fucking
Hey, Rico, right?
yeah,
My wheel sponsor.
yeah. Shout out.
He taught me how to make ramen,
Yeah,
and
the
he's
fancy
Chinese.
ramen.
Nope, and he's Chinese. So the ramen he taught me how to make isn't even a Chinese dish.
That's funny.
It's not. It's just like a Asian dish. It's not Chinese. It's not Japanese. It's not
Hey,
fucking any type of quote
you know
unquote.
what
He's
that's
like
called?
ramen is ramen. He's
It's
like
called
put whatever you
it's
want
called
in it. Put some
Oriental.
seasoning.
Some
That
Oriental
yeah,
dish.
you can't say that no more.
You can't.
No, it's so.
Damn.
No,
That's
no. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of how other people I know in my life say it.
yeah. You know what's crazy though is because I'm really not American, so I feel like I can say
No, I
whatever.
know.
Shout
People
out,
don't know that.
shout out Americans, and shout out me not being American. Your rules don't apply to me.
Yeah. And you better hope you're not part of the mass deportation, champ.
Well, I have my citizenship.
Oh, well, all right.
I
Well,
earned
then there you
that,
go.
bitch.
Did you have to go through the whole thing?
I did the whole thing.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah,
That's crazy. I didn't know that. All right.
yeah. I didn't have a. Sorry. I was gonna fucking land another one.
Oh, I was born here. I don't care. I don't know my. Put it this way: we're so far in, nobody talks to each other. We're
Yeah.
so Americanized, we don't even fucking know each other
No,
at this
trust me
point.
though. Like I do. I swear to God, it's so crazy. I live in Louisiana, right? But like I don't.
Uh huh.
I only see Hispanic people when I go to Hispanic, like Mexican restaurants and stuff like that. And even sometimes
Oh,
you go to
really?
Mexican restaurants, and it's not even like you probably won't even see a
There you,
Mexican sometimes.
there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
That's funny.
And then
Uh,
you want to ask him like a rude ass question, like, "Where's a good tamale spot around here?"
nah, dude. I just go. First of all, shout out to El Jorito. That's our local chain Mexican restaurant over here.
It's probably called El Jorito, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is El Jorito, but I have to say it like how they say it here. Otherwise, nobody will know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Anyways, they got like 7 of them in this town, which is
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
It's really not that many people for this amount of restaurants of the same thing, but we're kind of rocking, I guess.
All right. I forgot what we were talking about too.
Food
Before
of Mexican descent,
no, we
but
were
then we were
talking
talking
about
about
fucking
Orientals.
Drift Week,
Yeah.
and then you brought up tacos
Well,
like an
you brought up
asshole.
Asians.
Well, now that I know you're not American, I can't even bring up like chicken and watermelon because you're
Yeah,
not even
I
American.
got them.
Oh,
You gotta up your
wait, what's your
arsenal.
ethnicity?
You gotta,
What's your
you
ethnicity?
gotta,
I want to.
you gotta
I
up
need to
your
Google a
arsenal.
slur.
Go, go Google some dashin and maybe some bananas or something.
No, what country is your family from?
Uh, Dom-
For real,
Dominica,
doesn't even count.
Dominica.
You guys are like the fucking
Are you gonna
the
say I
black
speak
Mexicans.
Spanish?
You guys are the black Mexicans. It's the
Wrong
same thing.
island. Got him again.
Wait, hang on. You said Dominica?
That's the Dominican Republic.
Island in Dominica.
I love the
Where is
complex part of like saying
where
it,
is
and then they're like,
where
the
where
Republic, and I'm like,
holy
got him.
shit, that is a tiny no,
Tiny
don't.
motherfucking island.
You're basically Dominican Republic.
Nah,
You can get out of
look
here.
at where it is. Look at where it is in comparison.
No one's gonna care.
Look at where it is
Uh
in.
I know, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
You know what's funny though?
Um,
Shout out that one dude from Drift HQ, Brian or whatever his name is.
mhm.
Low key at one point when let me not say that. At one point we did look more alike, and it's kind of funny because he's from the DR.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, you have an American accent, so there's nothing about that. Anyways, I'm
Only
gonna
at
Google what
moments.
I need a slur for you.
Only in moments.
What kind of food do you guys have?
Pretty
Let
good
me go on
food.
Dominic. Let me go on Dominica's Yelp.
Yeah. You guys people getting cursed out.
Probably. No, I see one with 4.5 stars.
Ooh.
How come everything's deep fried?
We're trying to catch up.
Um,
Oh shit. Oh
I
this
don't even make that. I don't even make good tacos. I actually make more. I make better,
yo.
like a steak and.
Somebody tagged me in a photo on Facebook, and I went to the guy's profile, and I'm his what do you call it? The banner on his page. Should look kind of sick.
Does he love you?
I hope so, because I mean we're in deep now. Carl, guy made my car look kind of cool.
Um, but yeah, find out if we can get on Drift Week. I want to do that. I think I kind of want to do that more than I want to compete again.
Honestly, that's actually a very cool
I
statement you
would
just
love to do
made.
that. I would love to do that if it was going to cost me. I don't know. Let's call it 10 grand to go do that. I would rather do that than compete here
You know what?
throughout the.
Actually, if you did want to do that, I would actually just come crew for you, pretty much, because I don't necessarily need to do a drift week myself. But I would come help out because I feel like that's more
I don't,
fun.
but I don't want to drive my car the whole time.
What do you mean?
Not this car. Not this car. I don't want to drive this car.
Okay, that's
I don't want
fine.
to be in a buck. I don't want to be in a bucket seat in a car that's completely gutted.
You can change the seat.
No, no, no. I meant like this is like if I wanted a streetable drift car,
Yeah.
I would just build that.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to go in a car that I'm putting together for like a competition.
Okay, but like at the same time, you still don't have like a dog box and like a quick change, so like it could still be driven on the street.
It's a 4 speed. You don't want to drive it on.
You can change
You
the
don't want to.
ratio
You can't.
on your diff.
Barely.
Yeah, I mean you could run a longer ratio and just have like your highway gears.
Just swap it in and out before every fucking event. It
I
doesn't
mean,
take long. That's fair.
in reality, Adam LZ was changing his alignment every time they got off the track.
He did Drift Week as well.
Yeah, he's done a few actually.
I would
I think he
rather
did the
just put
very
it on the
first one, the
trailer
second
and be
one.
comfortable in my little diesel shit show Colorado.
Yeah, but that's not the game though.
I
That's
know.
like breaking the rules.
I'm a little rebel.
Yeah. In reality, though, what you do want is a fucking sick ass E46 sedan with flames. Um,
Nobody wants that.
I think
One person wants that. You
no.
might break.
I
You
think a
might be the reason
lot of
flames come
people.
back in drift in the
No, I'm
drifting
not the guy.
community.
I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy. There's so many other cool people with flames. I'm really just one of the
Who?
guys.
I don't know anybody.
Okay, low key flames are like a thing. Like that's like people's thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out Guy Fieri. Um, shout out Hades.
Now you need to do some fucking highlights in your hair so it looks like you have like frosted
Yeah,
tips.
frosted tips. Actually, what's crazy, dude? My service manager, he has natural frosted tips. He's got
Oh, what
like,
a fucking loser!
dude, he's like, his hair is actually spiky, and
Uh huh.
it's super white. Like it's just white, straight up, like his natural hair
Dude,
color.
I don't know if you guys got this, but in LA, there
Yeah,
used to be like this thing when I was a kid. So like they would have, let's just say my bangs right here, right?
yeah,
All of this back here though
yeah,
would be like a 1 or a 2. Like this would be non-existent,
yeah,
right? But all back here would be like a 1 or a 2, and it would just be the bangs,
yeah.
and then the tips would be bleached. I remember that was like a thing in the '90s, and I remember I wanted it so bad, and my dad was like, "Fuck no." He's like, "You're dumb," and no. So I felt bad, and then when Jacob was like 10, he was like, "Can I dye my hair?" I was like, "Absolutely, absolutely, you sure
I
can."
thought you were gonna say absolutely not. What
I
are
was like,
you,
"You sure
a
can."
fucking
I was like, "Live
faggot?
your dreams."
No, that's
No, we don't say that
awesome.
word.
No,
Um,
yeah, dude, let your kids do whatever the hell they want to.
yep. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let's try to get on Drift Week. They're gonna have a fucking several of them. They've had so many
Yeah, they're
since
doing
what was it,
Drifting 9 right
2020?
now.
It's 9.
Yeah,
So they do it at least twice a year.
they
It
just
seems
did
like.
the first event track day at Cam's Acres today.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. Cam's Acres. Wait, where is that?
Oklahoma.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Uh, see if
It's
we can
like
do there.
just north of Texas, like just into Oklahoma.
Let's do it. Um, you got any? You got any changes to your car coming up besides that transmission you just swap out?
Honestly, I really love how the car is set up right now. I feel very in tune, very cool, very kawaii.
Hmm.
Um, I can drive it however and wherever I want to right now. So that's kind of cool. And I don't think I want to change that. Right now, I'm kind of just like I kind of just want to like keep the fun as it is.
Okay, that's fair. You're
Um,
like it's reliable, except for the starter went out,
yeah,
the transmission went out, and when I replace those two, something else is gonna break, and then I'll fix that, and then it's reliable again, and then something else will go out, and
yeah.
it's reliable
I'll
again.
tell you what though, I'm really shaving through these teething issues because I mean I used to be going through power steering pumps a shit ton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've gone through.
What did you change? Just nothing. Just kind of change it, and this one works.
So for whatever reason, I feel like maybe I'm just like I'm really not even sure, honestly, at this point.
I get it.
Ever since I
I hear you.
swapped to this motor, I haven't swapped a single power steering pump.
Okay.
Um, and on the last one, I probably did like 7 or 8.
I wonder if a 20 like a underdrive pulley.
So that's the thing. My original setup, I did that. I have a bigger like metal pulley that's for like a Volkswagen water pump that has the same bolt pattern as the BMW power steering pump pulley,
Okay.
and you got to put like a little spacer to get a back spacing right behind it. So, anyways, I had that for a little bit, and I mean, I still killed power steering pumps, but this is back when I was running like 9 degrees of caster and a shit ton like 9 degrees of camber, super like wide boy stance drift car kind of deal. So the steering was like not necessarily like heavy, but very like loaded, I would say. So I feel like maybe that
Yeah.
put a lot of strain on it. Probably killed like 3 or 4 pumps just back then.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Started running less caster, and I had like weird issues. Like at mid pond, I had lines kill the pump. Lines started like fucking doing a pinhole leak, and then one pump actually just started like leaking internally through the housing, which I've never seen before. Just like straight up
Hmm.
bleeding out of all crevices. And that was pretty fucking silly. It ruined a private day for me pretty much. I drove back to Alabama for like the next weekend after an event.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty terrible.
Um, I'm kind of curious if I'm gonna have problems because so I still have the CTSV power steering pump on mine.
Hmm.
I can't remember. It's somewhere between like 15 and like 1800 psi situation
Hmm.
for the flow. I don't know what the E90 requires. I didn't even look it up. I probably could if I wanted to, if I was that anal about it. But I did notice that they have a kit that makes you run the E90 power steering pump. So I'm curious if that kit is for people who are doing like truck engines. If that makes sense.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because obviously those the PSI ratings on those pumps and stuff like that is a little bit
Hmm.
different. So I'm curious if like are those too low or are those too high? I think that's something I'd probably have to dig into before
Yeah,
I find myself having problems. But I also don't want to change my whole pulley setup because I have spares of everything. I have a
exactly.
spare water pump. I have a spare alternator.
If your program works already, you may as well just like.
Yeah, I think like worst case scenario, if my pump is too high, I'll try to get some sort of restrictor to like slow the flow down maybe a little bit.
You can really just add in like a filter, like those inline
Hmm.
filters,
Yep, I know exactly what you're
or
talking about.
even like a cooler.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, I have a cooler.
right.
Uh,
Filter
oh, and then just put it
filter
on
the
the high pressure
cooler.
side.
Yeah, filter to the
That makes sense.
cooler, and then cooler right there, and then back to your rack.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um,
Yeah, I really enjoy my
but
setup right now though. It's actually pretty nice. Steering is
yeah,
like really responsive. Like, oh, honestly, it's too good.
if I can keep my car super light,
Hmm.
and I mean like ideally the car is roughly 2,700 pounds without me in it.
Hmm.
I think the setup that I'm kind of like thinking in my head will work really well
Hmm.
on a 400 ish horsepower situation.
Right. Even
But
even currently with that 240, like I was just talking about with that
mhm,
LS1, it's supposed to be like 430, 440 or something like that.
that's about where
Whatever.
I'm at. Yeah.
And that with the T56 with the 408 diff, I think. I don't know if it's actually a 408. I know it's an S14 diff back there.
Okay.
So it's probably a 408 maybe, but
We'll just assume it is
right.
for this
So
purpose of this conversation.
that honestly had like a really good like wheel speed rating for like second gear around mid pond. Um, and plus when we put it on 265s, it kind of sucked because it was just blowing the tires off, and plus they were like Acceler 651s as well. So you know, then you put it on the Kenda 285s, and from there on you could like dial some like lateral grip in and everything. Like you could just see that thing wanted to just make all kinds of movements. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like it was actually crazy how different the car behaved on the two
Yeah,
tires.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty obnoxious.
I got a bunch of 265 fucking Zestinos
Yeah,
right now, but they've all been baking in the sun.
vibes,
Uh, huh?
vibes.
Yeah.
How many
I'm
you
actually
got?
going to like 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going that I have. So at my house, the owner originally was like, "Hey, you can't use this area because we're gonna tear this all down." It's like I was like, "All right, that's fine." And then he's like, "Hey, it's gonna take like a year." I was like, "Well, I wish you would have told me that sooner. I would have put all my fucking tires over there
Yeah,
and not in the sun." So they still would have been new. Like, would they have been out in the weather? Yes, but they would have been not beaten by the sun at like 120 degrees
yeah. They're
every
just
day
getting
for
heat
like 3
cycle.
months.
Dude, the next time you
Yeah,
do a
but I don't
burnout on
want.
those, they're gonna be so good.
Mm-mm. I mean, they'll last long, but I don't think I would ever use them for comp or anything.
No, you got to keep those
So I'm,
refrigerated.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're beyond that now.
Yeah, it's all
Um,
over.
so yeah, I'll probably clean that up and then get all of that in there. And they cut a tree down last year that I'm gonna use a whole bunch of it for firewood this winter.
Fuck yeah. You do any like
Free.
overlanding stuff or like desert stuff or what's up?
That's actually my background. When I first got into just cars in general,
Yeah,
off roading is cheaper and you
yeah,
can afford it
yeah.
because all you have to do is put a truck on big tires and just go do it.
And get there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Do you have a reliable vehicle that will get you there? Yeah,
yeah.
you're good. Um, so I did that for a little bit. I used to drive a lot of Jeeps,
Hmm.
a lot of Jeep XJs. Never paid more than $1,200 for one.
Yeah.
And now I went to go look for some recently. $3,500, rust buckets, has check engine light, doesn't pass smog. They're
See,
absurd.
you got to get with my boy Bobby, man. They be flipping Jeeps. That's all they do.
I told you I still have that one car that like just won't fucking go away that I've been working on for that old man.
Yeah, that was that GTO or
I wish that's my dad's car. No, this is a 1934 DeSoto with
uh,
a Gen 3 Hemi in it. So like from an O 04, for an O 05 like fucking Durango.
like a 4.7,
It's a 5.7.
5.7. Okay.
Anyways, it has like an MSD ignition box on it and it's carbureted. And I cannot for the life of me get it to run right. I've checked everything. I've made sure that it's getting the proper voltage. It's grounded correctly. Um, the only thing I haven't done is like change spark plugs and the ignition packs, but I don't think those are an issue either.
Yeah.
But it's running super
What kind of carb is it?
fucking. It's a Holly 7. It's a Holly 650 or
Interesting.
600 CFM situation. It's the right carburetor,
Yeah.
and I even rebuilt it, like to make sure none of the seals were leaking and it's not getting too much gas. It's been a pain in the ass. I'm hoping that fucking thing goes away soon, but he owes me like my ticket's at like $6,000 right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, as soon as he pays me, I'm done like with working on other people's cars.
Just
I'm
post it for
going to
sale.
flip cars on the side. Makes it easier.
Just post a car for sale.
I know. No paperwork.
No paperwork. $6,500.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He'll pay you so
So,
fast.
I know. Well, no, he hasn't been a problem.
I know. I'm fucking around.
I want it gone, and I think once I'm done with this car, I will not take any other cars.
Yeah,
I think
no.
I'm done.
Just start doing shit for like super available vehicles, like shit that like is everywhere. Like make parts for Jeeps or some shit.
Nope.
Something
Nope.
that like
Not even
people
doing
think they
that.
like.
I would rather flip cars. I feel like
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with buying something that's broken,
Selling it to a single mom.
Yes. Yeah, uh, she ain't my problem. No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
this thing's not starting anymore. LOL.
Oh, that's crazy. What's that say? What's that thing that say? Bought as is. Oh,
Yeah.
no, and then just buy and sell, and then I would never sell to somebody I know.
Yeah.
Like the Silverado's just been like rotting away in the corner. It was dead for like 2 months. I hadn't touched it. I charged the battery and cranked it. I didn't even put my foot on the pedal to fucking give it gas. Fired right up.
Of course.
I'm like, I cannot get rid of this thing.
No.
It has to stay. Like,
It's
even if
the
it's
4.8,
just
right?
no, it's a 5.3.
5.3.
It was a 4.8. I switched it out to a 5.3 a few years ago in 2020, I think 2021.
Well, I guess you know where you're getting another 5.3 to put in another car from. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of where I've been at with it.
Storage.
Mm-hmm. It's just holding all my parts right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I should put all of my parts and tires and shit in it.
May as well.
And then just leave it on the street with the keys in it.
all the now you gotta put all your scrub tires in there.
That's what I was saying.
God damn.
And all those shit that just needs to go in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm thinking of just doing like flipping cars or something on the side, because do I need to make extra money to pay for this? Yes. Do I want to deal with customers?
No.
On a daily basis of like, hey, your car's doing this or doing that. Or, hey, when I went to go change your 35-year-old part, your other 35-year-old part also broke.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand that. And it's kind of super annoying.
Go do some like mobile welding or some shit.
No.
Why? You think that's
I don't want to deal with people. The less amount of people
you're gonna go lay a dime and leave, bro.
I don't lay dimes. I don't know. My welding is for my eyes only.
Holy shit.
It's for my eyes and the tech inspector's eyes only.
Yeah. Fuck.
And if I see him grab his phone, I'm smacking it out of his fucking hand.
Hey, what's that?
What are you doing?
Don't you touch
Sign this
NDA. This can't leave this room. Gosh, damn.
But
dude, so did you see is Andy Luck, did you watch that podcast with Andy Luck?
I listened to the whole thing.
You listened to the whole thing? How was it? What's your take?
It was. Did you?
No, that's what I'm asking.
But
I knew you
was
would.
the best. It was the best podcast they've had.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason I'll say this is because you get to know Andy Luck and who he is, and you can tell, like, oh, he's actually not an asshole.
Yeah.
He's going to bust your balls when he can. And depending on how you respond to him busting your balls, is how your relationship will be with Andy Luck.
Yeah.
That's what my takeaway was from it. And someone who's had an interaction with Andy Luck before, I'll say this. I think I've said it before, but there was a picture of Andy Luck on Formula Derp, and he was giving somebody shit and kicking him out of an event. I don't remember which event it was. And then I commented, damn, that's a tight ass shirt. That's all I said. And Andy Luck came and found me at the Drift League at Irwindale. And he goes, do you remember me? I was like, I have no fucking idea who you. I was like, I didn't say fucking. I was like, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, he's like, remember you made that comment about me having a tight shirt on? And I was like dumbfounded. I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's like, yeah, on Formula Derp. And I was like, oh fuck. I remember him in my head. And I was like, yeah, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I do now. And he goes, what are you doing commenting stuff like that on the internet? Like he dug into me. He was like, what are you doing? And then he like dadded me. He's like, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. He's like, what if I was a piece of shit and I came over here and just started fucking hitting you in the face? And then and then Jacob comes up, my son. He comes up. I think Jacob's like 6 or 7 at this time. And Jacob's like, oh, can I get a juice or something like that from the back? And we're in the hot pit at Irwindale, by the way. So Jacob is on the racetrack. And he looks at him and he goes, you're lucky, like that's not who I am. He's like,
Yeah.
but you need to be mindful of what you're doing on the internet and these things. He's like, people are crazy. He's like, you need to not be doing shit like that.
He's like, people are crazy, and I'm not one of them because I just told you what I could have done, and I didn't do it.
Yeah. It was he did it in like such a like a I can fuck you over completely, but I want you to learn from this situation.
Yeah.
Um
It would have been more fun to make
so
you shit yourself, honestly.
huh?
It would have been more fun to make you shit yourself.
Yeah, he wasn't
Like,
disrespectful or
no,
anything
but
like
like,
that.
imagine if he trolled you to the point where he was like, all right, well, you need to leave now. You gotta go.
No,
I would have
what
made
I
you walk all the way to the exit and then
I
been
know
like,
for
actually, now you're good.
hey, for a guy who's like never actually been inside of FD, like as a driver, I sure have fucked my way in there, like with the bell housing and Andy.
Yeah.
But anyways, Andy was just he came, he said something to me. To be honest, like he was like, "Hey, I'm here to check you and make sure you don't do something stupid again."
Yeah.
That's what my takeaway was from it. He did catch me off guard. I was not ready for that. If I tell you, I would have been like, "Oh fuck you, Andy." That would be a lie.
Yeah.
I didn't say that at all. I was like, you know what? You're right.
You got it. You
Uh,
got a
you
champ.
know what I didn't do though? I never apologized. I feel like I should have apologized. He just caught me so off guard. Like I was like, I didn't have words to say.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
I
you
didn't.
probably
I
weren't even
couldn't get the
sure.
sorry out. I've never been like so called out like that in my life.
Yeah, but you ever like feel like you want to
Yeah.
say sorry, but then like
Like,
their
no, you're wrong.
attitude. You ever like seen somebody's attitude towards what you're saying, and you feel like you
Hmm.
want to apologize, but then like they say something that like is like, I'm a bitch.
No. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't do that. Um,
You're just
he was
lost in
just
the
like,
sauce.
yeah, he caught me off guard because he did it, but he didn't say anything like that. Like if he would have called me a bitch, I would have stopped it right there. Anybody who's ever called me a bitch, I've always been like, don't talk to me like that. Like I shut that shit down right away.
I will kiss your
But he didn't.
mother.
Yeah, he did not say that at all. He was
Nah,
just like,
swag.
you can't do that. Um, he goes, and I remember him saying, he goes, this is the first year Pat Gooden got with Huddy Racing. Remember when he got the big sponsorship situation?
Jesus.
Granted, in hindsight, not a good situation to be in.
No.
But at the time, it was like the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
So when
Which was
he's
so
like,
random.
yeah, he was just like, do you know how Pat Gooden got the money to go racing this year? He's like, it's because he is a good driver and he got his followers up. He's like, so get your followers up and just keep driving. He didn't say I was a good driver. He wasn't like, you're a good driver, you could do it too. He was just like, get your followers up and keep driving. Um, and especially after listening to his podcast with Jacob, he's called people out. He's been like, this person's not a good driver. He's not a good driver.
This guy
He's like,
sucks.
but he has the support.
This guy sucks. I see it every time I'm on grid.
Yeah,
I
you know who
fucking
he
hate it.
wants to win though, real bad, is Jeff Jones.
I mean, I feel like everybody wants Jeff to get something.
No. He's like, I want Jeff. He's like, I want Jeff to have a championship. He's like, he has everything he needs to have. Like good car, good team.
Except the competition on the other end of the spectrum. Because like if you could get rid of some of the people that would like make that not possible, it could be possible.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how like there's just people who you like can't get past.
I see that. But just to to wrap up that story before we moved on to Jeff, because I do want to talk about him. Um, after that whole scenario, he was like, "Oh, is this your son?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "All right." That's when he told me, he's like, "We'll just keep driving, blah blah blah." And I said, "Cool, thank you." We shook hands and we moved on. I don't remember all of the details, but I did not apologize. I do remember that detail. And if he's not going to hear this, but if you do hear this, sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
I got such a
Moving on to
pussy.
Jeff. No, he's right, dude. You don't want, if you have kids, you don't want your kid to go around being a piece of shit to people and being a dick.
Nah.
I mean, I don't. I don't know what
Andy
other people
Luck
want
made
for
you
their fucking kids.
apologize.
I don't. I don't. Um, moving on to Jeff, though, I've seen Jeff take out all the heavy hitters.
James Dean, most certainly. Took him
Osbo,
the fuck
more than one.
out.
Osbo, several
Osbo, yeah,
times.
that's crazy.
Odie, a few times.
Yeah.
Like, he's taken out the heavy hitters that he needs to beat to get there. I don't know what his record is with. I think he's taken out Vaughn, from my understanding, from what I can remember.
I believe
I
it.
don't know if he's ever beaten Chelsea. Maybe he has, maybe
You
he
know what I
hasn't.
think it is, though, that kind of takes away from it? Is because he has those moments and he does those things, but like he'll still lose
The
to
moments
like,
of greatness.
yeah, but then he'll still lose to like somebody else who he probably shouldn't be losing to sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's not even like a detriment against him specifically, just kind of like, you know, it's like, oh,
I
you
wonder.
can punch this high, but at the same time, your guard is still not high enough to where, you know, the
You're
foot
forgetting to keep.
soldiers.
I see what you're saying. Yep, yep. You're not keeping your guard up enough
Yeah, so it's like
to like
the range is too wide, right?
no, or not wide enough.
That
Your
too.
range is too high. Your range is up here.
Yeah.
You can beat these guys, but these guys here, they're fucking you up.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and we don't know why.
these guys are
These guys are
still
fucking you up.
these guys are
These guys,
still getting you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
these guys have their fucking pitchforks digging at your knees,
Yeah.
and these guys you're hitting in the face.
Yeah. You're
Like, you're forgetting about these guys. I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fair. Um,
It's just one of those
I don't
things.
disagree.
It's just one of those things, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's when
he is a.
you have to like put the stamp on it and like start stomping on their necks. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got to
Have you been around Jeff?
yes, actually.
He's a fucking party.
I know. So back on my FD Texas topic, FD Texas, man. If you stay at the Marriott across from Texas Motor Speedway, that's where all the
Mm-hmm.
drivers stay. You know, that's where all the party happens, or
Mm-hmm.
happened back in the day. Um, dude, I remember fucking being in the pool with Jeff Jones after FD. Andy Luck, I'm pretty sure, was in the pool as well for whatever reason. But it was just a weird, random night, hot tub situation. And Jeff was just in there being Jeff. After FD, you can imagine how that's like. Everybody's wasted. I
Fucked
mean,
up.
imagine walking into the hotel lobby and you're at the bar and there's the entire Warhouse team after they just podiumed. You know what I'm saying? At the hotel bar. That's fucking crazy. I have like a picture of Jared Deanda at that hotel as well. That's pretty cool. Super throwback.
He always finds a microphone somehow.
Somehow.
Um, I did the hot pit party last year in Vegas with RJ and them, and then obviously Jeff's his business partner for Hot Pit.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild. It was a great party. Obviously everybody is kind of clicked up. It makes sense. That's something we can probably talk about on another podcast. Um, but towards like the end of the night, everybody's fucked up. Tell me why fucking Chelsea Denofa's rapping to Wu-Tang Clan.
I've seen that. I saw that actually. I saw those clips. It was fucking hilarious.
Hurt and T-Pain performing Brap,
Yeah.
and then you hear fucking Jared on the mic the whole time just emceeing everything, like what's
Oh
going
my
on.
god.
And then he's still like checked into work.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Jared's fucked up. Jared's like 20 years of Formula Drift. We're like, what are you talking about? This is a hot pit party, bro.
Bro, you're scaring the bitches.
No.
You're
No,
scaring the
yeah.
host.
You're scaring the host. But no, he was just. But the way Jared works, like his brain, he's like he is just locked in. If he's around the drifting community,
Yeah.
like it just turns on for him,
Oh,
and he always has. He's always able to fill a complete silence of a room, and he doesn't use any ums or uhs. He's just able to keep going. I think it's because he's been doing it so long too.
yeah, for sure.
So,
He probably has just deleted those words out of his vocabulary entirely.
but he also cursed.
Shout out.
He's like, I've never fucking cussed on Formula Drift.
Dude, I love when you get that side. That's my
Yeah, when you
favorite
see like
side.
the drunk side of them, they're fun.
The rowdy side is
You're
so,
like, I can see why you guys all just have a good time.
and see that's honestly I wish there was like a a Patreon stream or something like that.
No, they
No,
could never let that
yeah,
get out.
I wish.
You know,
With
not
like
today.
no branding whatsoever. Like just
Mhm.
no branding, just them talking. Like no form
Shooting
of
the
just
shit.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like a B cam.
I think no, I think a lot of these things that I want, like right now, what we're doing right now, we're just
Yeah.
shooting
Formula
the shit
Drift
back and
uncut.
forth. No. This is like when you get deep into a conversation, or you guys are just hanging out, and like now the conversation's flowing like 2 or 3 hours in.
Yeah.
If people can be there for those conversations, like this is the good part of what a podcast would be.
Yeah, exactly. Meat
The
and
first hour
potatoes.
sucks.
Yeah,
The first hour
always.
is horrible.
Always
So
terrible.
when someone tells me like, "Oh, the podcast is an hour long," I was like, "I'm not interested in that
Yeah.
one."
Yeah.
I want to know what they're saying in the hour 2.
Yeah, when everybody stops giving a
And
shit.
Andy Luck was 2 hours, so I would say listen to that one. And he got real nitty gritty after the second hour. Like once he gets into his second hour, that's when
It's like, all right,
that's when the good stuff's coming out.
all the fakes are gone. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody moved on.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see.
It's like waiting for your grandparents to leave the wedding.
Yes. Yes. I've actually never been to a wedding. Isn't that fucked up?
I think I went to my first one in 23.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a liar.
I went to my first one in March of 2023. One of my friends from here actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went to one when I was like 7, and then I went to one a couple of years ago, but it wasn't like a real big wedding.
Yeah.
It was just my brother getting married on a beach, and then we went to Sharky's as this reception. I was like, "Bro, your wedding sucks." They're divorced already. This was in 2021, by the way. No, 2019. I'm a liar.
Oh my god.
They're already divorced.
Vibes.
Let's talk about guest. We need to get some people on.
Yeah.
I need ideas. I need other people if you made it this fucking far into this shit show. Suggestions for guest. And I don't necessarily want comp people. I don't necessarily want quote unquote people who are popular in the sport, but I want somebody who's like is passionate about it and like who's doing it.
Yeah, people who are doing the damn thing.
Yeah, you're actually living the life of like, hey, I gotta work every day and I gotta fucking still find time to fix this car, make it to the track. Somebody who has that passion. I'd really like to get somebody like that.
Actually, I know quite a few people who like, you know, I feel like we're in ground zero, you know what I'm saying? We're literally the people on the ground, you know, seeing the shit. And it's all about who's willing to talk and yap about their situation and, you know, make it worthwhile.
It's kind of hard because you want somebody like right now. I want, just to be completely transparent, right now, I want people who have maybe a little bit more of a footnote in drifting where they're doing it. They've been doing it and they kind of have a good following because it does kind of help with the growth of the show. But I don't want to forget about like those people who are working towards it.
Perfect.
Like I want those people on because I want to
honestly
see
know exactly
their progress.
who we could talk to.
Okay, that's perfect. That's what I want. But then again, I've had people who, and this was a competition setting when I had Drifting Pro Am.
Yeah.
I've had, out of 109 episodes I've had on that, I would say about 10 of those people, maybe even as high as 20 of those people left. They came in, they said they were going to do something. Let's call it 5 drivers that did that I can think of off the top of my head. Never showed up again. Ever. Like, you never heard anything from them.
Yeah.
And then another set, like a group of people who were going to do something that just kind of like fell off as they were coming up. They just gave up or whatever.
Yeah. You get to see like kind of people's hopes and aspirations and, things that you never came to accomplish.
Yep.
You know?
And they just, not to say that their episode didn't mean anything. It was a good episode.
It's a timestamp,
but it's like,
life.
you didn't hear anything. Like, that's it. Like, you did this.
Yeah.
And then I never heard from you again.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you didn't go make $1 million doing something else.
Right. Exactly.
But like, you stopped and you were.
But this
just
is
like,
where
I'm
your
good
story ended in this
particular portion of your life, and that's fine too. And those are all playable on this podcast too.
Yeah, for real.
I have to go rename them all too. That's gonna be fun.
I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to rename them.
I just have to title them, like Drifting Prime.
Yeah. Drifting Prime episode. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we talked about it. I even had 2 people ask me, like, made the initiative to be like a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
One was Rithina as a co-host, and then one was Scotty D.
Yeah.
And then
speaking
Rithina,
of Scotty D,
he and I had a falling out. I still don't know what the falling out was.
You know what's crazy? Me and him were chopping it up this weekend.
How's he doing?
He's pretty good, man. He's drifting his wagon.
It's done?
Yeah, he was drifting it this weekend. It's like daily spec, 330 swap.
His E46.
E46.
When you said wagon, I know he was building a CTS wagon.
Oh, my bad. No, it's E46 wagon. He was at Mid Pond this weekend. We were talking about E46 stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
cool guy.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I honestly, I never had a problem with him. I don't know where his post came from, but I got screenshots.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I get it. I don't know what it was. So
I've only known him for like 45 minutes of my life, so it really doesn't matter.
If he ever wants to talk about it, he knows where to find me. Yeah,
Public duel.
But he, at the time, this was like in like 2019, early 2020 when this conversation happened. Or not a conversation, rather, but they had both made comments about being a co-host of Drifting Pro. But again, the Pro-Am part, it just puts you in a box.
Yeah, for sure.
So now I would like to kind of reach out to more people, and
I think the thing is with Pro-Am is just like the range is just so like it's so drastic. Like how far like somebody can be. Like one person in the grid to another person, like completely different entities,
Mm-hmm.
And then you technically have to give them all a fair shot, right? Because they're all in it supposedly for the same things, regardless of what happens. But they're all in the same field doing the same thing, just on different levels.
I know a handful of people, a legitimate handful of people who are like, I like Pro-Am. I have no aspirations to go to Pro 2 Pro Spec situations. I like where I'm at here. And I can say two of them, one of them is RJ. RJ is like, I like Pro-Am. That's what I want to do. I want to stay at the grassroots level. And then John Schaefer, who has never wanted to come on. He's like, I have no desire to go on your fucking show.
Understandable.
He's like, what for? He's like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fair. He's like, he likes spending his own money on what the fuck he likes to do.
Yeah. Same.
Sometimes that's racing.
Sometimes
so I get it.
It's
I get it.
Oil.
On Schaefer's Oil.
Schaefer's Oil. Sponsor,
Uh,
sponsor.
yeah.
Just steal $5
Um,
out of his wallet and make sure we get our ad revenue for that.
I know, right? No, he's. Maybe I'll make him pay the tip when we go to Chili's next time. I'm like, nah, tips on you. I gave your little fucking sponsor a shout out.
Yeah, give me some
You
oil.
didn't even know I did it. Yeah, he. Those two I can think of for sure. Who was like, yeah, I'm cool. This is. I like this. I like this portion of it.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing wrong with doing pro-am, honestly.
Hell,
I feel like you could be like a really good guy doing pro-am and like, have a competitive thing and that be your thing and you're cool and that's it.
Jason Kim does it here,
Yeah.
and he beats everybody.
Yeah. It's
He's
pretty
been doing it
sick.
for years.
It's pretty
Yeah.
sick. Like you can just come beat a guy. You don't have to like go too far, you know what I'm saying? You're just like your hometown hero, winning
Mm-hmm.
pro-am, knocking out scrubs. Like, come on.
Wasn't Fielding Shredder that for Texas fucking Prime?
Fielding was really good. I don't know if he necessarily was like the winner a lot of the time, but he was really good, or is actually. I think his skills are still very good. Texas has a lot of really good drivers that come from Lone Star, even though some people don't like to admit that, or whatever. But they really do have a lot of talent over there, and it's honestly pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
And then speaking of the guys who were like really good that didn't want to move up,
Yeah.
um, being because RJ licensed and so did John.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the guys who are like still pushing that pro thing
Yeah.
really hard when they're like doing sponsor shout outs and stuff like that, and they're like not making it past their top 16 or barely making it in the top 16.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a tough one. That's a tough one right there because it's like technically you're doing it, but at the same time you're really
you're not doing
not
it.
doing it. You know,
You're trying. I hear you.
and there's nothing wrong with trying.
Yeah, and then no, not at all. And then I think those guys are like because I've been that person where I'm like spending every dime I have to make it to a prom event when I should have probably been worried about something else.
Yeah,
Seat
maybe
time. And
driving is really
Sims,
fun if you make it that.
yes, if you can make it. That actually, one of the first times I ever tandem was with my buddy Brian in a when I had my E46 and he was in like an SN95.
Mm-hmm.
He moved up to Washington, but he came down for the holidays and we went golfing this weekend.
Did he? Does
That
he win?
nah, he sucks at that.
Oh,
He's a better driver than he is a golfer.
sick. Golf
It's all
doesn't
right.
look very easy though.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not. Nobody I know who plays golf, no matter how long they've played,
yeah.
is a great golfer. If that makes sense.
No, it's like
Like
the
they're all
only.
okay.
It's the only acceptable way for guys to get like socially drunk, and it not necessarily like be, you know,
Oh, I made sure I was the most fucked up that day.
vibes.
And then we went to Korean barbecue, and I overate and hated, and I mean fucking hated myself
Ooh.
to the point I barely ate yesterday because we went on Saturday, and then yesterday on Sunday I fucking had a sandwich.
I miss KBBQ.
I would say that, but right now
Mm.
I missed it so much and I overate so much that I fucking ruined it.
I think the crazy thing is though, like I left Louisiana. I didn't really. I ate lunch before I left. Got to the track at like midnight. Kind of just went to sleep after drinking like a peach drink of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
and then woke up. I don't even remember if we ate breakfast. I don't even think we ate breakfast. We just kind of like got the cars ready, started driving, and then they had like some Thanksgiving food that they made because it
Nice.
was a potluck event. They did that, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, we probably ate around
And you
like.
brought nothing like an asshole.
You're fucking right. I brought nothing. I paid money to be there.
Ugh. And how many of those people, since it was a potluck event, how many of those people you think had roaches in their house?
Honestly, I
I
don't
want you to think
know,
about that right now.
but I can tell you what that the food was cooked right there on that patio.
That's not a potluck.
Okay, the food was brought there and they cooked it there.
Okay.
I wouldn't have trusted it regardless.
but drunk me would have fucked it up no matter what.
I still fucked it up sober.
I know, I'm the same way.
That shit was
Oh,
beautiful.
oh no. Eventually we'll do a track day together, and you'll see the scumbag me at the track. Oh, by the way, I'm going to NOLA in February.
I'll be there.
I'll get you the dates. I gotta check the date.
Yeah. Last time your NOLA trip didn't really work, but this time it will.
You know what weekend I'm gonna be there?
What?
I wanna say we fly in Thursday or Friday, but it is Valentine's Day when we get there.
That's funny.
Yep. But her birthday's on the 16th.
Ooh.
So
That's really not too bad.
No,
It'll be a good weekend in New Orleans.
It's going to be. Hopefully you can come because I'm trying to get my buddy to go.
Yeah.
If you can come too, that'd be dope.
Yeah, maybe we can even like do some drifting or something. Hopefully there's something
in NOLA.
At NOLA, maybe I don't know.
They're not gonna have anything that weekend.
Who knows?
They're gonna have a fucking event of love.
Who knows?
Drift for love.
Dude, they had an all girls event. What do you mean? They love drifting.
What are you gonna do? Identify as a woman for the weekend?
I don't know.
I'll tell Monica. I'll be like, you're doing drifting this weekend. Just tell them you're driving. Yeah. Give me a wig.
Do you have an identical wig to the hair on your head?
Hey, you do good makeup, girl. Put that thing on my face.
We're technically the same height, right?
No, I'm a little taller than her.
Okay.
No, I'm not a tall man.
Put her in some platforms.
That's a good point. No, then she's gonna be like that gothic drifter chick. What's her name? Fuck, Peyton. Yeah, mini truck mommy.
God, you just compared.
Mini truck mommy.
Why would you say that?
Because that's her nick. That's her fucking IG name. You make your IG. You
just compared Monica what I'm calling you to mini truck mommy.
Trust me, they're nothing alike. Oh my god. Maybe they're both short. They got that going for themselves. Well, there's probably like
that's an awful lot of purple.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I hate her front bash bar and the steering wheel. I don't like those heart things.
I've seen like 3 pieces of content from her page, and I had to hit the block button. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah. I don't dislike her. I honestly, I would like her on because I would like to get to know her 2 hours and 30 minutes in to see what she's like. Because I mean, the first hour is gonna suck ass. But I'm like,
could I show up at like 2 hours and 25 minutes?
Nah, you gotta deal with it just like I do.
Oh man, all right, fuck it, whatever. I actually really don't care that much, honestly.
I don't dislike her content. I don't dislike her. She does.
I think
she doesn't piss me off.
I think the character
she does have a lot of haters.
I think the character that she plays online is kind of silly.
This might blow your mind, but that just fucking might be her.
That's what I'm saying. I think the character she plays is kind of silly.
Whatever she likes is what she likes. I don't shit on people for liking what they like. Unless you're into liking kids, I'm going to shit on you.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're good.
Shit on you.
Yep. All right. Well, you and I need to have a conversation outside of this to get some more guests on. This will come out Friday, the 6th. It's
December 2024.
I know. And this will probably be our ass episode of 2024.
We could probably pop another one out.
We can.
Surprise.
You know who's been asking for it? Fuck, what's his name? The guy
our
I told
loyal
you about
subscribers?
No, the one guy that reposts other people's stuff. And they've been giving him shit about it. Fuck.
Naoki Nakamura technique study?
No. Hang on. Will Passant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
he gets shit for it?
Let me circle back. He doesn't just post other people's shit.
He gets shit for it?
He posts it and he like promotes it. Like he has gotten shit for it. He was
what?
Yeah. I'm like, so wait, hang on. I was like, you're reposting it, tagging them, and doing everything, and they're still finding a way to bitch
It's
about
not
it.
even like in a slimy way of reporting. He's
And
literally
the
sharing.
guy who bitched about it is my friend.
Who is it?
I'm not gonna say
Say
who on the
it.
podcast
Say
because
it.
we're still recording.
We're two
But
hours and
anyways,
24 minutes into this.
what I will say is if you go on my personal Instagram and you see a video of me that I did not post, but I was tagged in, and you see my Cadillac doing some cool things, that's the guy who bitched at him about it.
What a nerd.
It's the second video.
uh,
Um, but I am going to give him shit about it. I am going to tell him something. I haven't said anything yet.
you talking about Spirit JP, dude?
No, not my boy Spirit JP.
That's the joke. I was okay. I wasn't trying to actually say his name.
Spirit JP. I did their event. I did one of their events.
No, that Spirit JP was the fucking what's that dude that scammed everybody and took their money? You remember that?
Oh no, there's something else around here. It's super close to that, so I can
Yeah.
see how I got confused.
Yeah, I do remember that
JP.
actually.
Yeah, that's the dude. Anyways, yeah, he got a little upset with Will about it, and I was like, I'll talk to him, but I haven't actually talked to him yet. I gotta see. I have to see. He's one of those people that you have to see in person to like shoot the shit with, because something you say online or via text can kind of get misconstrued sometimes. So yeah, if you can't hear like the tone of my voice when I tell you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you being an asshole to people? It might come off as like, why the
Yeah.
fuck are you being an asshole to people, you piece of shit?
People do that to me too, but I'm like, bro, I'm so consistent with how silly I am. It's kind of weird.
Same. I'm the same way.
I'm like, why are you still misconstruing me as a person, bro? I've been the same guy for
Yeah.
ever. Like, how dare you?
I feel the same way.
Like,
I'm
first of
like,
all,
I have like one rule. Don't call me out of my name and you're good.
I don't even want to be perceived, yet here you are perceiving me in the wrong manner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Now I want to hit you.
With my car.
Where's my car?
Get this man some keys.
Stay right here. Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a good treat.
no.
But, all right. Let's maybe Will be our last episode. He said December 21st, and I was like, I didn't even fucking respond to it.
That's funny.
Um,
You know what's crazy though is I'm really not that busy. You know what I'm saying? So like I could, but you know,
so could I, but I want to. But here's the thing with like that time of year,
yeah,
you're not going to get anything.
you still have a lot of shit to do.
You're not getting anything.
Yeah,
This episode is going to struggle. It's just us two. No one's going to hear this. And if somebody does hear it, good. I hope I said enough controversial shit to get it like enough of a fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Go viral somehow. Buzz. A buzz.
Probably not. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, no one cares.
It's fine.
I'll have to post something that we both said that was fucked up. It seems to do the work.
I think we should revisit some of the past pods and like highlight some of the good stuff from those, and maybe just like go on like a content reel.
How about you go ahead and do that?
We could do an episode literally going back over that stuff.
Of all fucking 6 episodes we've done? Sure.
Yeah. Your review.
A peer review.
Peer review, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, we really could like pick some of our favorite parts of it, I guess, and like, you know, highlight the progression, I guess.
So far, my favorite one has been George and Sarah.
Yeah, George and Sarah was pretty good.
Yeah, because they can both yap it out.
Mm-hmm. I like the Jet Davis one. The Jet Davis one is pretty good because, like, you know, it's like he's I don't want to say he's new, right? But like he's pretty fresh into the game and stuff like that, and it's pretty popping. And like, you know, he's also somebody who's like building it up as we go at the same time, you know, with the importing business and all that stuff too.
Yeah, he's got a life.
Yeah, it
on a
definitely
real
works out.
business. Well, we'll
Definitely
see.
pumping drifting up in the U.S. for sure.
All right. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's. I'll get this one out this Friday, and then you and I will discuss who our next guest is going to be. But
Yeah,
no promises. But this is more than likely our last episode of 2024.
allegedly.
Ask him who schedules everything.
So and so.
When you schedule something, we'll do something else. I'm free Mondays and Tuesdays. All right, I'm
Allegedly.
gonna call it
Mondays
because
and
I'm about
Tuesdays.
to. Yep, I'm call. Hang on, stop.